Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Rubber, and this is my first ever playthrough of Genshin Impact. And today's team we're using has Gaming on it, and it's been a long time coming, but this is Princess Retinue. It's kind of a very classic team for me, and I say classic like as we started this playthrough at the start of this year. By the time you see this, it'll be the start of last year, but I'm recording this on Zhongli's birthday, which is the 31st of December. It's so cool to finally have Gaming on a team. Leveling him up was actually, like, very easy. Like, there's, like, barely, like... It's one of those bosses that you fight that's, like, super easy to fight if you have Xingqiu on your team. Like, just destroyed that, like, crab boss over and over again. And now we have the boy with the best hair and one of the best outfits in the history of video games on our team. Yeah, this team is, you know, it's just a pretty basic Calvin team, I feel like. You know what I mean? It's Betty, Xingqiu, and Fischl, and Gaming. It's very much a team of characters that I love dearly, which is usually how we do things. Is if we love the characters, they go on the team. That's how it works. Today we're going to be doing the Knave story, and as always, I'm always like hoping it's not blocked, right? Like I'm hoping always that it's not blocked. It is not blocked. The child that doesn't exist. I have to go to Poisson this time, which makes sense because like the Knave has a good relationship with Poisson.
Since we visited Poisson, maybe we should head over and have a look around.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense that she would have a good relationship with Poisson, especially after what happened. Okay. Final wishes on the Zhongli banner we're going to do now. And we have one wish for here as well. We didn't get Zhongli, but the way I look at it is like, as I said, I already have a really good shielder in Layla. It's totally like not a big deal whatsoever. And we have I've guaranteed 5-star for whatever the next 5-star banner is going to be. Which to me is perfect. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna like complain about that whatsoever. You win some and you lose some. You know what I mean? That's the way I always look at it. You win some, you lose some. Some banners you're not gonna get, some banners you will get. We have a fantastic group of characters that I don't feel like I can ever be upset for not having Zhongli. Even though it's like, oh yeah, we love Zhongli to death, right? We love him to pieces. I don't think there's ever, like, if you look at all of my characters that I have, I feel like it would be so silly for me to be like, man, like obviously it's okay to be like, oh, I don't have Zhongli, I would love Zhongli, but look at this list of characters. Like, I am lucky. I am lucky beyond compare, like, to have all these characters. Early on in this playthrough, we had, like, enough characters to, like, make it to, like we had, like, endgame characters, you know what I mean, already. Let's head over to Poisson. Oh. Yo, I guess we just warped here, so it does make sense that the cutscene would just happen. Oh, we're starting off with Linny.
Paimon.
Great. Hey.
Oh, Paimon knows that voice.
Yeah. Oh, doing flips is all. Me too, Paimon. Honestly, me too.
Over here.
Doing flips when we hear Linny's voice. So good to see him. And again, it makes sense that like they would be. Yeah, Linny. It's been too long. It would make perfect sense that Linny would be near this quest as well.
To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be quite the fated reunion.
Heck yeah.
Running into you two out of the blue like this has really made my day.
Oh my god, same.
I certainly wasn't expecting it.
Totally same.
You can say that again. What brings you to Poisson? Wait, Paimon's got it. You must be here for one of your magic shows, right?
Actually, we've run into a bit of trouble on the home front. So Father arranged for us to stay in Poisson for the time being.
Wow, okay. And again, like we said, it makes sense. They have a good relationship with Poisson now. It makes perfect sense.
Oh, are Lynette and Freminet here too?
Yep, along with most of the other members of the House of the Hearth. You may have noticed Poisson seems a bit more crowded than usual.
Oh dear lord. Yeah, there's like, and the outfits as well. It's definitely like more House of the Hearth-like.
So you're saying nearly the entire organization has moved to Poisson? Sounds like you've run into way more than just a bit of trouble. What's really going on?
Yeah, but like I think it's such good writing as well, because like it makes perfect sense as to why they would be allowed into Poisson. They saved Poisson. You know, they helped save people in Poisson at least. Not everybody, but you know what I mean? They helped like reduce damages by so much.
Well...
Since the two of you are so curious,
Jesus!
Perhaps I can fill in the gaps.
Like what? Like appearing like a ghost?
You scared Paimon half to death.
Oh, poor Paimon. No, like honestly, that would scare me too.
Father, you're here.
You know, on second thought, maybe we don't need to know. It's all probably super confidential House of the Hearth stuff, right?
I'm sure she won't
We
mind.
totally weren't trying to pry or anything.
I'm pretty sure we have like a mutual trust or working arrangement between the two of us as well.
No need to be nervous. I could sense your genuine concern from your conversation just now. Of course, I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect an ulterior motive to be involved.
110% again. Just this game is so smart at doing this stuff where like it just like mentions all the time. You say we still have some reservations about your organization. Makes perfect sense that we would, right? We're a little curious. It makes perfect sense.
I understand. I'm well aware you've had your fair share of confrontations with the Fatui in the past, and I can't exactly guarantee that we'll remain on good terms in the future.
At least she's honest.
As for right now, however, I would say we have little reason to be at odds, wouldn't you agree? The House of the Hearth could stand to be more open with those who have worked so closely with us.
This is what I'm saying. We have like, whilst like again, I am on the same boat as like Wander and Paimon, where like I don't like fully trust the Fatui, and like you shouldn't. Like that, it would be so silly to fully trust like any organization really, like until you get to know them fully, and they still keep like so many cards close to their chest. You know what I mean? So it's like it's really a thing where we're kind of like, it makes sense that we don't have full trust yet.
As for the issue at hand, well, it hardly relates to any ulterior motive. To be frank, it all stems from a certain rumor circulating around the House of the Hearth. It's an internal matter.
What's that?
What sort of rumor?
A rumor that a certain phantom child is hiding away in the House of
What?
the Hearth.
Some sort of ghost story? Yeah, what does that mean?
A phantom child? Ooh, just hearing the name is giving Paimon the creeps.
It's very interesting.
A spirit that should have long ceased to exist is lurking in the shadows of the House of the Hearth.
What?
So I decided to bring the children to Poisson before continuing to investigate the situation. I expect I should be able to track down the spirit fairly quickly. After that, it's just a matter of resolving the situation, if you will. It shouldn't be much trouble at all.
I mean, if Navi is okay with this, like who am I to argue in any way, shape, or form?
If you're curious, or if you still have some concerns, it might be advisable to stick around for a few days. I'm sure the children would be exceedingly pleased to welcome.
Heck yeah, I'd
some
love to talk.
visitors.
Like no joke. Story-wise, I'd love to talk to like a bunch of House of the Hearth members. Are you kidding me?
Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain our guests. I have some matters to attend to.
Oh my God, best entertainer in the business.
Of course, Father.
Best entertainer in the biz. Lenny. That was so interesting. Okay, so like they're all brought here to Poisson because there's a spirit, or like or maybe metaphorical or literal. I kind of feel intimidated during the conversation with the knave. Now she's gone, I feel like I can finally breathe again. She does have like, again, she's one of those characters with like a very intimidating presence. Like I feel like when I first met Ningguang, I felt like very like claustrophobic in her presence. And I feel like it's a similar feeling with the knave, but this time it's also like, I know that the knave like is part of the Fatui, which makes it even kind of a little bit scarier. You know what I mean? And once we got to know Ningguang, like I couldn't be more comfortable around her. She still has a fantastic presence, but there's such a comfort around her now, you know? She also suggested we stick around for a few days, but why?
It has long been a dream of mine to invite you to our home and introduce you to my other siblings.
Linny, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
You're quite well known in the organization already. A lot of people have been talking about you, especially after everything with the prophecy.
Okay.
If you're willing, why don't you stay a while and have a little chat with
I'm
us?
so for it. I'm so for it.
All right. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway. But let's be clear, we're just gonna be there as guests, okay? Don't get any funny. Oh, wait a second. For your guests, that probably means we'll be treated to lots of yummy food, right?
Did Paimon think they were going to try and recruit us?
Of course. During our stay in Poisson, we've been helping out the locals with some fishing.
That's nice.
We bring in quite the bounty every day. In fact, today is the perfect chance for me to show you what I can do in the kitchen.
Very nice.
Let's go. I'll take you to where we're staying.
Yeah, I'm like I adore Linny, I adore Lynette, I adore Freminet. You know, I think the knave is a fantastic character as well. That I think is like very cool. Has a fantastic presence about her. You know what I mean? And like, I also like, you know, and it might be very silly to say, but like, I feel like, even though Linny is like kept secrets from us twice now, I think, there is still a trust on the level of like, I know he's not gonna hurt us, you know what I mean? And like, also like, I feel like there's a mutual trust between us now as well after everything that went on. I know that Linny is a good dude. You know, I know, especially after the prophecy, especially after all that, I know they are. And I have no reason to ever think that they would do anything bad, ever. At least stuff that like, you know, is nothing evil anyway.
We rented this
Wink,
house
wink,
from
maybe,
one
I
of
don't
the
know.
locals to use as a temporary base.
Okay.
I'll come back later and tidy up a bit. After that, it should be all ready for you to stay in tonight.
Oh, we're staying?
Awesome, thanks.
So we're legit staying, like I'm just sleeping here.
Where are we off to now?
Well, when I happened to run into you two earlier, I was actually in the middle of distributing some supplies.
Okay.
With this many people staying in Poisson, we have to bring in outside supplies every now and then. I should probably make sure the rest of these provisions get delivered. Otherwise, people might start to get antsy.
Okay, we'll come with.
Yeah, well, how about?
There are all sorts of rumors about your organization floating around out there. Paimon's not sure if she could even take a wild guess as to what's true and what's not.
And that's the thing, it's like, it's the reputation precedes them almost whenever they show up.
Now that we finally have the chance to see a day in the life of the house, we can take a good look at how you operate.
Yes, yes.
Well, you're more than welcome to come along. Just follow me.
Like, I'm just like again, like I said, story-wise, just like getting to like see exactly what's happening here with the House of the Hearth is invaluable. Actually, absolutely invaluable. I'm actually very, very excited to see what's happening here. It actually, believe it or not, will be quicker to do it this way. I'm not even joking. Than to like, I guess we could climb up the stairs and go up that way, but like, look at this, it's way quicker this way. I love this story beat. I love the idea that the House of the Hearth and the Poisson have such a good relationship now.
Linny, we're finally here. The supplies. I'm assuming you've...
Brought them with me? Yep, here you go.
Look at Liddy doing his jobs, you know?
Hello? Something caught your eye?
The shocked look on your face? What?
It's the Traveler and Paimon!
Wait, what? Wait, people always talk about us like they know us. Like, you're actually like, look at Liddy's face. They're acting like we're like an actual celebrity here.
No way!
Wait, what? Wait, what's happening?
Come here, everyone! Hurry! The Traveler and Paimon!
Wait, what's happening? What is happening? Are you serious? No way. There's no way. This...
One at a time, please. Don't crowd around
What?
them all at once. We don't want to scare off our guests now, do we?
Look at the respect that we're getting. And not that I ever need respect, but I'm saying, like, this is so sweet.
Oh, it's alright! Gotta say, Paimon didn't realize we were this famous.
This is actually like so adorable. Like, what the heck?
Of course! Father and Linny have told us so much about
Dear
you.
Lord. Oh my God.
Father told
I'm
us
like
about how you
nearly
helped
blushing
Linny.
myself.
According to her, you're a trustworthy friend.
No
and as far as
way.
she's concerned, that's pretty much the highest compliment we've ever heard her give.
What?
As you can imagine, everyone's been very curious about
Okay,
you.
all my suspicions about the Fatui are gone. Best friends for life now. That is so sweet.
I heard the Traveler is so strong that he can move a mountain with his bare
Oh
hands.
my, I'm blushing myself. Like, for wonder, I'm blushing for the Traveler. That's so sweet.
I heard Paimon eats so much that she can clean out the entire pantry at Hotel de Boer in just 3 days.
Okay. Poor Paimon.
Wait a second. That's the rumor you heard about Paimon? Oh, not cool at all.
Mine's also over exaggerated to death as well. And Paimon, you do so much for us anyway, okay?
Oh, wait. When guests visit, you're supposed to give them gifts and stuff, right?
No, kid. You've already given me enough gift just thinking that you just being so nice, all of you guys.
Oh, we don't need something like that. Besides, we don't have anything to give to you. Come on, we insist. I can give you some of my new potions. Just pick your poison. And by that, I mean medicine or actual poison.
It's so funny that, like, I forgot that they were, like, Fatui, like, operatives from, like, for, like, 2 seconds because they're being, like, so, like, You know, it was like, oh my god, these are like the sweetest kids ever. And then like, this is just their life. They like the way she said that, she's actual poison, just like it's nothing, you know?
Or maybe Shaplo can teach you guys about stealth. She's super good at it.
This is so
Never
normal
forgot.
for them. This is so normal.
Ah, now that's not a bad idea. I know you usually prefer to fight head on, but it never hurts to expand your bag of tricks, right? When it comes to eliminating your enemies, staying quiet can go a long way. Trust me, I would know.
Right. This is an incredible scene.
I was poisoned not too long ago, and I'm still dealing with the after effects. So I'm not quite as good as I was before, but I can still give you some pointers.
Okay.
Wait, when you said gifts, I didn't think you meant poison and stealth tactics.
Great fat voice acting from Paimon's voice actor. But can I say as well, this is like strangely sweet. You know what I mean? This is strangely sweet. You know?
But those are the best things we can give you. You don't like
Oh, no, it's fine. Give me poison. Give me the poison. I feel terrible now. Give me poison.
Ooh, how about this? Tell me the name of someone who really annoys you, and we'll teach him a lesson for you.
Honestly, that is, again, actually sweet. Right? I understand the connotations, but it's still very sweet. Dangerous suggestions keep on coming on after you start to get a bit overwhelmed.
All right, Fold, Selwar. I think that's enough suggestions for now. When it comes to being a good host, it's the thought that counts.
You know, no, and honestly, like, I could tell you the name of someone I don't like if you want. Dotori, go get him. You know, go get Dotori.
You don't need a physical gift to make our guests happy. In fact, pestering them with suggestion after suggestion might make them more annoyed than anything. I would say your enthusiasm has certainly gotten across.
Linny, they're the sweetest two kids I've ever seen in my life. I don't care if they're like a little bit murderous. You know what I mean? Everyone needs a hobby.
Really?
Absolutely, we definitely feel the love. Thank you so much. It's actually adorable. I don't care if they're saying they're gonna like beat someone up or murder someone for me. It's actually really adorable to me.
Awesome! It's been so long since we have had guests to play with. If there's anything you need, just let us know.
Murder babies. Are you kidding me? Like, so cute.
Yeah, especially if it's poison or something. I've got all sorts of potions for that.
This is the best.
Well, we'll talk to you all later. We've still got supplies to
No,
distribute.
this is so fun.
All right, see you later.
And it's just so normal for them. It's just so normal.
Bye.
Sweethearts. Absolute sweethearts. Murder babies.
Lenny, about all that poison and stealth tactics talk just now.
Yeah, I know, Paimon, I know, but I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. I find it strangely sweet.
Scared you, did it? That kind of talk comes with being part of the House of the Hearth.
Yeah.
When Foltz was really young, he strangled all of his family pets, just out of curiosity. He was labeled a dangerous problem child and was abandoned by his family.
That changes quite a bit. That's pretty freaking horrible.
Elwar has an unnatural obsession with potions. Father has forbidden her from trying all the different concoctions she comes up with, but she still tries to test them in secret. You really have to keep an eye on that one.
Right. Yeah.
Chaplot is around my age. While I'm mainly responsible for collecting intelligence, he handles surveillance. He's very passionate about his work and has no reservations about taking on some very difficult missions.
Can I say as well, it's very, if I'm getting the interpretation right of what happened with this little boy, clearly very not good in the head. Right? That's clearly not mentally stable. Right? And then he was kicked out of his house? See, that's the thing, right? It's like, horrible thing to do. He's messed up in the head. Get him help. Are you kidding me? You're creating an even bigger monster by letting him out in the streets. I'm talking about his family here. Like, what the hell? You were creating such a bigger monster. You were creating a bigger problem. So I guess the House of the Heart took him in then after that.
I know you two probably aren't used to that kind of talk, but I can promise you they only had the best of intentions. Things like stealth tactics and developing different poisons, they really mean a lot to them. They were just trying to share the best of what they could offer, that's all.
Yeah, no, and as I said, Lenny, I thought it was very sweet, right? I thought it was very sweet. I also think it's absolutely like it's such a tragic thing to even think about that a child could do that. You know what I mean? Like that, and here's the thing. While I it was funny to think about it as well. It's also like when you do think about it, it's kind of like a bit like, where would the? I guess it's interesting to think where it's like they're doing dangerous stuff in the House of the Hearth. That's normal for the House of the Hearth. And it's like, where would this boy be if he wasn't in the House of the Hearth? I imagine, personally, that he'd still be like... He probably would. He'd probably grow up to be like a serial killer or murderer, right? Or something like that. I'm not gonna, put that on somebody, but you know what I mean? That's probably what would happen. You know what I mean? That was... And that's why it's kind of like a very touchy subject, I feel like, with that type of thing. It's like 100% normal for the family to be like, that's effed up. That's so effed up. Why would you do that? You'd be the same, right? But get him, I don't know what the mental health and psychiatry is like in Fontaine or like in Genshin. You know what I mean? Try and get help from somewhere. You know what I mean? Because that's horrible. That's horrible. Whoa, hell. And I think as well, what's so interesting about that is, I think it's almost intentional. It's the sweetest thing in the world. Jeez, that's car's all mad outside. I think it's I was thinking it's Addams Family type sweetest thing in the world, right? It's oh my god, it's so cute, it's so cute. And then Linny pulls you aside and he's kind of yeah, listen, this is their life. This is who they are. This is all they freaking know. Yes, it's scary to you, but to them, they don't know any better. This is their whole life.
Filio, supplies are here.
Thanks. And who are these two? Outsiders?
We're outsiders, yeah. That's a lovely dress you have, by the way.
Allow me to introduce
Or is it just a skirt? Yeah, I think it's a skirt.
This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, you're the famous duo I've been hearing so much about.
Yeah?
It's nice to meet you. I heard you've traveled to all sorts of places. Is that true?
Yeah, to the ends of the earth.
Of course! We're making our way all across to that!
Oh, good for you.
Thank you. You have nice hair as well.
You must be pretty familiar with Fontaine by now, then. Have you seen the new opera that started running recently? I think it's called... The 4,000 Thieves?
I don't think we get involved in the opera too much besides, the missions themselves.
Oh, this is the first we've heard of it.
It seems like it's going to be fantastic. From what I've been able to tell from the posters, anyway. You should definitely check it out if you have the time.
Oh, and there's the Blind Maiden, too. That one is supposed to have audience interaction. Seems pretty interesting.
Okay.
After this mission is over, I think I'll go get a manicure.
Good for you.
Oh, maybe I should dye my hair. Wonder how much it'll cost.
The hair suits you very much, so it matches your eyes very beautifully.
Is it just Paimon, or do these two seem much easier to get along with than the others? Looks like the House of the Hearth has some normal members after all.
I think they're trying to show us that you can't really label everyone with the same brush.
I heard that.
You know what I mean? Everyone's different in every organization.
Oh! Oops.
I would never take the brush that I painted Tori with and paint Child or the Knave with it. You know what I mean? I would never do that.
I'm guessing you're referring to Foltz and the others? Yeah, we're definitely not all like them.
I bet those crazies are practically foaming at the mouth right now. I'm sure they just can't wait to get back to Snezhnaya to carry out the plan.
The plan?
That's enough, Filio.
No, what's the plan?
Don't talk about family members behind their back,
Oh, okay.
right? Whatever. Let's
Yeah,
go.
but what's the plan? Tell me what the plan is.
Guess this is goodbye then. If you ever have some time, we should go see the opera together.
Sure. What's the plan, Linny? Tell us the plan.
Well, that's it for the supplies. We should probably head back as well.
Okay. Is this the plan with the Gnosis?
Well, they didn't seem too happy with each other. Seems like there could be something more going on here.
Yeah, we should just observe for now. Yeah, we shouldn't
You're right.
go too far into
We're
it.
only here as guests after all.
Yeah.
Oh, Linny's getting super far ahead. Come on, let's catch up.
This is why, by the way, Paimon's voice actor is so fantastic. Anyone who just like thinks that she can only just do a, or they can only just do a squeaky voice is very silly. Because I'll tell you this like with 100% certainty, the softer tone in Paimon's voice there is something that just like it always amazes me how they can go from like doing the kind of like voice like this to be like, you know, like the softest tone you've ever heard in your life but still sound like Paimon. Oh look, a tea party.
So, what do you think of the members you've met so far?
They got a lot of personality, a lot of, yeah.
Well, Father is always encouraging us to be strong-willed and independent. So if there's one thing we've got, it's people who aren't afraid to speak their mind.
Right.
Well, I should probably get cooking. Wanna join?
Of course.
Then let's head out and...
Oh,
Freminet? What are you
it's our
doing
boy.
here?
Hello.
Well,
How are you?
Freminet, nice to see you
It's so
again.
nice to see you.
you too. I heard you're here as guests of House of the Hearth. Welcome.
We were just going to make some food. Why don't you come along? I could use some help in the kitchen, and I seem to remember you mentioning you wanted to make seafood soup for the traveler in Paimon.
Oh my god, that's so sweet. Thank you, Freminet.
Seafood soup? Oh, Paimon's drooling already.
I love seeing our boy again. I love seeing
Were
him.
you looking for something just now, Freminet? Maybe I can help.
It's nothing. I just wanted to see if there were any extra supplies.
Okay. Look at this sweetheart. Look at this perfect design.
Yeah, we've got some left over. What do you need?
Some food and water. And some clean cloth, if possible.
For real? For you?
No problem. Give me a second.
Is it for you or is it for somebody else? Like, are you...
Water... Wait a minute. What do you need all of those
Yeah, I was
for?
thinking myself.
You're not on any missions as far as I'm aware, and you were just going to come eat with us. So what's this all about?
Yeah, I love how Lenny was so willing to just help his brother so quickly, and then he was like, wait a second.
I thought I'd grab an extra portion because I get hungry at night.
Oh no.
Could be because I'm growing.
He's growing, okay?
and-
Give him an extra portion.
Freminet, you remember what I told you? You're not like me. Your lying skills still need some work.
Yeah, looking right at the floor as well. Sweetheart, what's happening? What's happening?
Tell me what's going on. Is it really bad enough that you have to keep it from your own brother?
Maybe it'll be better if we gave them some space.
Possibly, yeah. But like it's so interesting how like again, Lenny was so willing, like instantly like I'll help out my brother, but then like, you know, obviously now very concerned about him too.
This is the first time I've seen that kind of look on your face. Whatever happened, does it have something to do with Father?
Yes?
Yes.
What is it?
Just follow
Yeah, sure.
me.
Sure. No problem, Freminet. Interesting. Yeah, like I love seeing Freminet whenever he's like just one of my favorite characters. I always like have a soft spot for like soft, like very like quiet characters. And after what's it the event? I can't even pronounce it. That we did with Freminet. We got to know him even more, and he's just like an absolute like he has a world inside his helmet. We also heard the voice lines in Roma Reacts recently, where Linny, is it down here? Linny treats, where is this? Oh, it's over here. Linny treats, Freminet's opinion on comedy as the most important opinion you could ever ask for on comedy. You know what I mean? Which I think is like so fun because he rarely like laughs. Who's this?
You're back. Oh, and you've brought some friends with you this time.
Hello. My name's Linny. I grew up in the House of the Hearth. And you are?
Hi, Linny. I'm also a child of the House of the Hearth.
Yeah?
Just like you.
Very interesting hairstyle. They never have this for a kid design ever, right?
You can call me Clervie.
Clervie, okay.
Clervie?
It's nice to meet you.
What's that necklace that they have around their neck as well?
Does that name ring any bells, Linny?
No, not at all. That's not a name we have on our roster, I'm sure of it.
Really
What
interesting.
I'm not sure of, though, is how she managed to sneak in.
Yeah. This is super interesting. Because again, it's just I think what they did so well with this already is how striking because usually when they have a kid, it has a similar hairstyle to like other kids, you know what I mean? As you would, because like usually in like any culture or any like region, you know, a lot of kids will have a similar hairstyle to each other, especially in a time period. You're not gonna have like, you know, a bunch of different hairstyles. So it's very, very striking having like the red flowing hair.
She must be the phantom child Father's been
What?
searching for. From the looks of it, I'm guessing you were the one that found her, Freminet. You, haven't told Father, have you?
So he's keeping it from the Knave.
No, I haven't told anyone. I've just been keeping her hidden.
For how long?
About half a month now.
2 weeks?
So ever since we got to Poisson, then. Do you have any idea what you're doing?
The look of actual concern in Linny's eyes as well. That's a concern for his brother, for sure.
I know what I'm doing.
Really? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you're hiding the very person Father has been trying to find. If Father finds out about this, everyone involved is going to be punished.
Punished in what way, though?
You know the rules of the house, Freminet. I know you do. Father doesn't tolerate any form of betrayal. So why are you doing this?
I've thought it through. And I just can't hand her over like
Wow.
that.
Is this his own convictions?
Linny, don't you remember last year? Chaplot nearly died after getting poisoned during that one mission. He wasn't able to get back before the poison started taking effect, and not a single person was there to help him. That night, while I was sleeping, I heard a voice telling me to go save him. I opened my eyes, but I couldn't find the source of the voice. I thought maybe I was just hearing things, but I went to look for him anyway. Luckily, I got there with enough time to save his life.
Is he saying that the voice is the voice of the little girl?
That feeling of being haunted, of hearing voices. It's happened many times in the House of the Hearth. I'm sure you've
Wow.
noticed.
So what you're saying is, that was her? She was the one who spoke to you that night?
And she spoke of how to save Chaplot. So obviously, like instantly, what Freminet is thinking is that like they can't be bad, right?
Unless there are other spirits roaming around the House of the Hearth, I don't think there's any other possibility. If Clervie were our enemy, it wouldn't matter whether she was a spirit or an actual child. I would have acted without a second thought, because that's what Father ordered us to do.
It's so interesting that they're having this conversation directly after a conversation of how Linny and all of us were talking about how the Father promotes our independence and our free thinking and our own personalities. And this is like, you know, even though it's against what the Father wants, what the Knave wants, this is Freminet doing just that. This is Freminet taking initiative by themselves to harbor this ghost. If that is a ghost.
But she's been living with us, helping us from the shadows all this time. I think that makes her family.
That's so sweet.
I couldn't just hand her over to be dealt with. Not when there's so much we still don't
Yeah.
know.
No, like I already love Freminet, but like this is making me respect him even more. I love the idea of him standing on his own convictions, doing something that like is, you know, fairly against like what even Linny would do, you know, or like what Linny would like. I guess not without knowing the situation, I suppose.
So what's your plan then? You can't keep her here forever. Someone is bound to find out eventually.
I agree with that too. I 100% agree with that also.
I haven't thought that far yet. I don't want to disobey an order from Father, but I also don't want to put Clervie in danger.
Yes.
Come with me. There are a couple things I'd like to say to you in private.
That's fair enough. Just two brothers going off having a chat. Yeah, it's such an interesting scene already. Like I feel like every time we have like a story mode in this game, like they have like different ways of like
Those two sure care a lot about each other.
yeah, like starting them off very interestingly. So Clervie, like, are you a ghost? Is this what we're doing here? Like you're an actual ghost? You're a ghost of the House of the Hearth? But yeah, like what a layer to add to Freminet.
Well, they got a funny way of showing it. From where Paimon was floating, it sure seemed like they were about to bite each other's heads.
I didn't personally get that sentiment. What I got was Linny was incredibly worried about Freminet, about the punishments that would come to everyone involved in the situation. And Freminet, you know, in his own way, was kind of standing up for his own beliefs and his own, like you said, his own convictions, his own morals. He was standing up for as well, which I think, you know, is maybe like something that is good for him. I think it's extremely good for him.
No way. They have a really deep bond. I could tell right away, because I also have a friend
Yeah, no,
like that.
and like I feel like to me, I could tell too. I feel like, you know, Linny nearly trying to kill Rio was a perfect example of that bond as well. And you have a friend like that?
I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last.
Yeah, what do you mean?
The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine.
What?
No one can get out alive.
What?
I'm sorry, Linny. I really didn't mean to drag anyone else into this.
What does she mean by that? That no one can get out alive? I have no idea. I know like if it's literal or if it's like, again, a lot of the stuff like with this game can be figurative sometimes too, right? We thought it was a literal ghost or a figurative ghost, but since it could be a literal ghost now, could this be a literal premonition? The idea that no one will get out of the House of the Hearth alive. Well, I guess I wonder if it's like you can't leave the House of the Hearth because they will kill you if you desert. We saw what happened to Alfonso. So I wonder if it's that. You either die a betrayer and a deserter, or you die of old age. Maybe.
Oh, really? You didn't mean to? 'Cause I, for one, wish you did.
Huh? What do you mean?
You know, when we were younger, you didn't call me Linny. You called me brother, just like Lynette.
Okay.
We grew up together, the three of us. We were all orphans, all rescued by father. Of all the siblings in the House of the Hearth, I think our bond was the closest.
And it's so apparent to me.
Later on, when you started calling me Linny, I wasn't actually surprised. After all, Lynette and I are related by blood. We've had to depend on each other to survive long before we joined the house.
Linny,
The darkest and most difficult moments of my life happened before you and I had ever met. I'm sure that's true for you as well. Even so, Freminet, we've stood by each other for all these years now, and to me, that means more than blood.
This is again like really why I do think that this bond between the three of them is one of my favorite things in the entire game. This is a very sweet way of him, I think anyway, saying, you should have told me so I could have like at least helped in some way from the start. Or I could like have like figured something out from the start. Because Freminet was already doing all this alone. And I think in Linny's mind, like again, you know that kind of feeling of like, wait, did you trust me enough to come to me at all? It can kind of hurt, right? It can kind of feel kind of bad.
You and Lynette are the most important people in my life.
Oh my god.
No one can replace you.
So nice.
So I won't let you face anything alone.
Yes.
Not if I can help it.
Oh my god, the three of them, the bond between the three of them is just like, it's literally just one of my favorite things in the world. That is so nice.
Oh, looks like things are getting kind of heated between Linny and Freminet. Maybe we should go check on them.
I guess like from that, you know what? This is actually a really good point that their game is making. From our perspective, passion and love from a distance, when you're like saying like, you should tell me, you should let me know this stuff. I could help you at any time. From a distance, if you're not hearing what they're saying, that could look like someone's getting scolded like crazy. You know what I mean? That could look like someone's like heatedly like being annoyed. You know, if you get what I'm saying?
Oh, it's raining. I should put my clothes away.
Clothes? Wait, you just go to put away your clothes? Where are your clothes? What the heck? Clervie!
Perry? Looks like
What? What is happening? No, so she's an actual ghost. Okay, your chores go by in like 2 seconds, Clervie. So interesting.
Hey, you two! Hope we aren't interrupting anything. Like a fight, or...
A very passionate discussion.
Oh, wait a minute, Freminet. You're not crying,
Wait, why
are
he's
you?
crying?
Is everything alright?
No!
Everything's fine.
Oh my
Thanks
god!
for asking.
Thanks for asking. Why is he the biggest, sweetest bundle of joy ever? Well, not
we're
joy,
all
but you know what I
friends
mean.
here, right? We've been through so much together, so if there's anything we can do to help, just say the word.
He brings me joy, but also like breaks my heart.
It's just a small family dispute. It's not something our guests should trouble themselves with. In fact, it might be better if your stay ended here.
But sometimes having guests around can come in handy. We're like so trustworthy. We won't say a thing, and we will literally help you if you want.
What are you getting at,
Let's.
Traveler?
I'll help out.
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it?
I think it'll be better if we stick around. Okay, so that could have a few meanings.
Just... Thank
No
you.
problem.
I was really hoping to keep you out of it. But even if I could think of some other reason to turn you away, I'm not sure I could convince you. I know things could turn dangerous, so I promise you this. From now on, I'll protect you like my life depends on it.
Oh my god. Like, he freaking rizzed us up with the freaking flower, and now he's like saying this stuff to us as well.
Me too.
Oh, Freminet.
Well, back to the matter at hand
What
then.
sweethearts.
If we don't plan on handing Clervie over to Father, then our only other option is to solve the mystery of her identity before Father is able to track her down.
Now, when I said it had a few meanings to what he's saying like that, like, if you remember when he was like, just a few moments ago, when he was like, hey, like, families are on their best behavior, he does mean that they won't argue with each other, but also at the same time, I think it's also a case of like, the House of the Hearth isn't going to be like doing a bunch of like sneaky investigation stuff while we're around, possibly. Because they probably want to like put up the best appearance like most families do. Like, it's true, when a guest comes over, families are usually like the best version of themselves, at least on the surface sometimes. Also, Freminet crying over the fact that like his brother is basically saying to him like, you know, you're my brother and I will like, please come to me. That's such a real feeling, you know, because you feel like there's like what Lindy's going through is like this kind of like, this probably feeling of hurt where it's like, I wish you would come to me. Can you not come to me? Are you not able to come to me? You should be able to come to me. And there's on the other side then, Freminet's like, well, like, I trust you and I love you, but I just didn't want to bother you. But now I feel bad because I should have come. You know what I mean? There's those feelings that are going through both of their heads.
That means finding out where she came from and what she's doing here. Then we can send her on her merry way and pretend like none of this ever happened.
Sure.
I've tried that already.
And?
Great shot.
And nothing. I tried taking her somewhere really far away, but after some time, she just reappeared.
So she's like locked to here?
She even came with us all the way to Poisson. It seems like wherever the house is, she follows.
So it's not that she's locked to here, she's locked to the House of the Hearth. And home is where the heart is. You know what I mean? Like, wherever home is usually where your family is. And in this sense, she's just following their home.
I don't know much about spirits. Do you two have any ideas?
Let's see here. Paimon remembers hearing something like, if you fulfill a spirit's last wish before they died, they'll let go of whatever is keeping them here and return to the ley lines. Oh, it's just that Paimon doesn't really remember where she heard that, so it's not guaranteed to work or anything.
Well, sounds like it's worth a shot. Guess that means we should go ask her about her wish. But first, Freminet, I need you to promise me something.
What is it?
I need you to promise me that this will stay between the two of us. We're the masterminds behind this whole thing. No one else gets involved. Can you do that?
So he's
for
trying to
me?
contain it now, which is smart. It is smart to try and contain it now. Like, I'm sure Lynette could get involved at some point, but like, it is incredibly smart to like, because you don't know, because again, as he said, everyone's an individual in the House of the Hearth, right? Yes, they're all one, as in like all brothers and sisters, but like he talked about how they all have their own independence. There's no doubt at least one of these House of the Hearth members, if they heard about this, would go and talk to the knave. You know what I mean?
Of course. I promise.
Breaks my heart. Just looking at him breaks my heart.
All right.
Breaks my heart.
Then let's seal the promise just like when we were kids. Fist bump on 3. Ready?
Oh my god.
1, 2, 3.
They're two of the most adorable.
I swear.
Wait, there's Lynette. These three. Lynette just showed up. His face. You thought. No way were you gonna be able to hide this from her. And she still has the fist out. Oh my god, there was no way. I even said it, I was like, Lynette's probably gonna get involved at some point. There's no way you're gonna hide this from her. I freaking love this. That's so fun.
Lynette!
There's no way. You see, there was no way you were gonna keep it from her. You scared me.
But what a surprise. What brings you here, dear sister?
Oh, and she's not happy. Look at her face. Oh, and he's going over damage control already. You know she's not happy.
And, when exactly did you get here?
He's doing a massage. Oh my god, I love it. Like, the animations they have for the face, like the shocked Linny face, and now like this face for Lynette. I adore it. I adore what they're doing here. She just showed up. Uh-oh. Linny, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, Linny.
You're an idiot, brother.
Oh my god. What a trio. They're like the best freaking like brother-sister combo in history, right? For sure. Between all three of them.
And you too, Freminet.
Freminet is terrified. And like the presence, look at this. The energy that is coming off of Lynette right now.
You 3, Traveler. And you 4,
Whoa,
Paimon.
I didn't swear anything, Lynette. Don't hurt me, alright? You 4, Paimon. Like, Lynette, if they asked me if I should have told you, I would have told you. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, Lynette, you don't need to hurt me.
Wait, what did we
Yeah,
do?
I don't think we did anything. They swore, we didn't. This is the
I've
best.
seen Clervie around the House of the Hearth before. I hadn't seen her in Poisson, so I figured she must not have come with us. But it turns out you were just hiding her.
Yeah. Oh my god. I love that there's I need to because I'll be gushing over the way that the writing writes these three all the time, because it's like it's so fun and adorable and sweet and also like sometimes scary. It is sometimes scary. And like they do such a good job with writing these characters. Sometimes sad as well. Like such a well-written trio of characters that just works so well together. The chemistry is off the charts when it comes to these characters talking with each other.
I heard you talking about your plan. Rather than steering clear of the situation, I'd rather fully
And
join
we knew
in.
this. Like there was no way in hell that Lynette was gonna stay away. I'm sorry, guys. You had to have known. You had to have known. There was no way.
If you don't agree, I'll have no choice but to report everything back
There
to
you go.
Father. Simple as
Honestly, kind of sick. Let me join or Father's gonna know.
You're not giving us much wiggle room
You know what
here,
it is?
Lynette.
On a much more serious scale, this is like brother-sister drama. This is like when the sister finds out about something the two like brothers are doing, or like even vice versa, and they're like, well, I guess if you're not gonna let me on it, I'm telling mom, I'm telling dad, and I freaking love that. I love it.
Well, I guess we're all in this together then. After we talk to Clervie, we'll figure out our next move.
Like, you guys are going, you two are going to a party you're not supposed to be going to tonight? Well, I guess you won't be telling anyone if I bring friends over for the night. That kind of way? It really feels like that.
There's no time to lose. Let's go.
Awesome stuff. The chemistry in that trio is fantastic. The way they're able to all the conversations they have, like I'm always like just like either smiling, I'm either crying, or like I'm angry for them. Like they do such a good job of just like making us like instantly just like love those three characters, and now like developing them to the point that like they're having like these comedy moments, and I'm like gripped. I'm gripped at the comedy moments. The fist bump thing was hilarious, and I'm gripped. Let's go talk to Clervie. I'm super interested in the story as well, to see where this goes. This is already so interesting to me.
I'm full. Thank you for bringing me this food, you guys.
Is that lasagna?
She said she's full, but the food doesn't look like it's even been touched.
Well, she's a spirit.
That's right. Based on what I've been able to observe, it doesn't seem like Clervie can interact with the physical world at all.
Right, so it's anything but figurative. We know this now.
Still, when she's presented with food, she'll always linger around it for a good little while. Maybe, in her mind, she really is eating those things.
Does she know that she has already passed away?
I've tried to ask her, but she didn't answer. My guess is that she's just as confused as we are. Or maybe she couldn't understand the question at all.
Right, okay.
Clervie, if you've got some time, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
The way she was moving around earlier, by the way, she was moving around like she was doing a lot of human activities, but like wasn't doing them at all. I better put out my clothes. I better take in the clothes, and she didn't do it. Oh, my friend isn't here yet. Oh, look at this lovely food. You know what I mean? Like she was doing a lot of stuff that like was very human-like activities and alive activities, but she wasn't carrying them out.
Sure. Oh, another new friend. Hi, I'm Clervie.
You're gonna love Lynette.
Hello.
Just casual hello.
Clervie, how did you join the House of the Hearth?
Huh? Isn't it the same for everybody? The knave brings you here and then you can't leave.
She's saying, oh god, this is gonna get dark, isn't it? The way she keeps saying you can't leave. I have a feeling this is gonna get very dark, but like also like it's just the way she's like she's saying, oh, it brings you here. So again, she's seeing this place as the House of the Hearth.
It's just that your name, it's not on the roster. And I've never seen you before.
The roster? Oh, I get it now. I think there might be some things you don't know about this place. The people in charge, they're not as nice as they look. They say they keep a roster, but it's not complete. There are a lot of people who aren't on it, and never will be.
I'm getting chills.
In this house, some people are family, and other people are just test subjects.
Oh god.
Those kinds of people aren't ever going to get a place on the roster. Unless it's the roster of people who've been executed.
Jesus Christ, are you saying you were executed?
Wait, does that mean the knave...
This is gonna... I know it's gonna get so dark.
Is there anyone that can vouch for you?
Perry. She's my best friend. She's the only one I trust in this place.
But she's not here right now, right?
Have either of you heard of that name before?
No,
No.
Yeah, I'm feeling that like it's another executed.
Me neither.
Clervie, Perry. Neither of those names are on the roster. But it seems like she's telling the truth. Either that, or this kid's already got a bag of tricks bigger than mine. Maybe we should try a different approach. Clervie, do you have a wish?
A wish?
It can be anything you want. Just imagine. It's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles, and your wish is...
She walking off?
To go outside.
Huh? Like literally just go outside?
Where the sun can find me.
Oh no, man. Oh my god, I can feel like this is gonna be... I'm already getting chills from this. You know what I mean? We're not even like denting the story yet.
It? Well, that sounds easy enough.
But she said you can never leave. She said you can never leave earlier.
The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can get out alive.
Exactly. What does she mean by that? Things can't be this simple. No.
Okay, time to divide and conquer. Listen up. I've got a plan. I'll try and find a way to use basic illusory magic to take Clervie outside and bring her somewhere with sunlight. Lynette, try and find the list of executions that Clervie was talking about, and see if her name is on it. Freminet, you stay in Poisson. We can't be the only ones who've had run-ins with Clervie. I need you to collect intel on everything she's said and done.
Okay, that's putting a lot of, I love how they have, like, so much confidence in each other. It's awesome.
Understood.
I'll try my best.
What about us? What should we do?
I really appreciate your willingness to help, but this is a family matter. I don't want to drag you in too deep. It's too risky.
You said, and the knave said that you treated us like family. That figuratively you saw us as one of the House of the Heart members too. So, come on.
Let me think. Since Father considers you to be guests, maybe you could stick by her side for a little while.
Okay.
You don't need to do anything except keep up some nice, casual conversation.
Yeah, that's easy to do with the knave, right? Actually, you know what? It actually isn't that difficult. The knave is a very, a good conversationist, I believe, in my opinion.
Paimon gets it. You want us to distract her.
How should we contact you?
I'll give you a magic bird. If Father suspects something, all you need to do is release it when she's not looking.
What?
And it'll alert me that something's wrong.
Okay, I mean, okay, yeah. I shouldn't be shocked by anything in this game.
Of course, that's only as a last resort. If Father doesn't seem to notice us, there's no need to make contact. We'll reconvene here tonight after all's said and done.
Sure.
If the worst case scenario happens and we're discovered, just tell Father everything. We're not going to let our guests get punished for our own actions. That's where we draw the line.
I will not rat you guys out. Ever. I will take whatever punishment they want to give me. I'll fight. I think the knave is a cool character. I will fight it for two, remember. Be careful.
You too. Okay. This is where we part. Father should be at the beach nearby.
Okay. Yeah, I understand that the reason why
I really
Linny...
hope this goes well. No, it has to go well.
Yeah, I understand
That's
the reason
the
why
only way this can get resolved.
Linny doesn't want to get us involved. It's not because he doesn't trust us. There's a lot of trust between us and Linny and Lynette and Freminet. The trust is there. But it's also, he clearly doesn't want us to get hurt in this situation that could be very serious, you know? And I understand that.
Clervie, I'd like to take you somewhere. Is that okay with you?
Sure. Where are we going?
Yeah, this is gonna be very interesting. I'm actually super excited to see where all this goes, to be honest. I'm already getting chills from the idea of, like, Clervie being, like, even a character. Every time she speaks, like, even if it's, like, in a soft tone, there's, like, a very, like, weird energy to it, if that makes sense. Like, it's well, you know, it makes sense. It's the idea of, like how a ghost would talk to you. If you were talking to a ghost, right? It's like you're not gonna feel normal about anything. And even, like, if they're, you know, it's like there's, like, a slightly off tint to the way that she speaks sometimes. Like, everything feels normal, but then at the same time, there's, like, a little bit off. Every single time she says something. Let's get her stamina back. Super, super interesting. And also just seeing Linny, Garmin, well done. We're gonna warp out of here. Yeah, just seeing Linny and Lynette again and Freminet is such a joy. Like, it's such a joy. I appreciate it so much. The way Lynette showed up as well and did a little bit of a threat. I will tell Father. Let me just see. We don't have a lot of time, obviously, because, like, these quests are long, you know what I mean? So obviously you don't want to, like, you know, spend too much time on them. But I want to see how this team could work.
Everybody stand back!
Up to it, Manzai!
Yeah, I think so. Obviously he doesn't have a fully leveled up weapon yet. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's more than good. That's perfect. That is perfection. I think the knave is incredibly smart too, so I wonder if, like, she'll catch on to any of this stuff as well. Oh my god, I just got this like feeling in the pit of my stomach. It's Child! Oh my god, it's for the first time in so long since we saw him come out of the whale, since we saw what happened with Skirk. Oh my god.
It's the Knave and Child.
He's back.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in Snezhnaya recuperating? What are you still doing in Fontaine?
You look fantastic.
Oh, it's you two. I didn't expect to run into you here.
Oh, he's still not 100%. I mean, Jesus Christ, what he did was incredible. Like, he was in the battle of a lifetime over and over again.
I was unconscious for quite a while after the fight in the Primordial Sea.
I'd imagine so.
After I woke up, I realized I was being taken back to Snezhnaya.
Wait, so you didn't even make it back?
I couldn't have that now, could I?
No.
Not when I've still got unfinished business here in Fontaine.
Oh, no.
So, I mustered up all my strength and made the journey back on my own.
I'm torn because it's like, yes, I love seeing him so freaking much. I love seeing him, but it's also like, we need you to be at 100%.
What sort of unfinished business are we talking here?
It has to do with Skirk, my master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I got back, she had already left.
Oh my god, is Skirk mentioned?
I still have so many questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask the Knave to help me track her down.
This is insane.
She must have left behind some traces from her time in Fontaine.
I'm standing on a beach, by a beach in Fontaine. I just left Neuvillette and Freminet, and now I'm talking to Child and the Knave. All in one go. This is more Fatui than a man can handle, but honestly, we love it.
Oh, okay. So, have you found any clues?
So, like, boy, please recuperate, right? We love seeing your cute face here, right? It's a joy. It's a pleasure. It's a gift to the world, right? But I want you to be better.
Unfortunately,
I can't believe what we're looking
while
at
the
here.
House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence, certain existences can still manage to escape our purview.
Yeah, I imagine Skirk was going between portals at the time.
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me, she's not going to be found.
Oh my god, I need to see more Skirk.
But that problem has an easy fix. I just need to become stronger, and then...
Oh no, please get some rest, please.
Paimon thinks you should focus on getting
Yeah.
better first.
The worst of it is over.
Oh my god, that laugh means so much to me, right? Because it's always like, he says it, like, even in the most, like, I really feel like if like a train was coming towards us, right, on a track, Child would still be like, haha, there's a train. You're like, okay, Child, let's get out of the way, you know? Like, that laugh like makes me like, it's like adorable and it makes me nervous at the same time.
It's all thanks to that one kid from the House of the Hearth. Elwar, I think her name was. She gave me a bunch of random potions to drink. They didn't go down easy, let me tell you. Pain and chills all over. But they really did help speed up my recovery.
That's the one who was making all the poisons. I cannot believe that what we're looking at right now. We're literally standing in front of two Fatui Harbingers having a casual conversation by the beach. This is our life. It's incredible.
And that's good, because it looks like I really do have to head back this time. The old man's been putting the pressure on me.
Oh, okay.
He sent someone to tell me I'm needed for some sort of project.
Project Stuja?
Yeah, that's the one. I heard Regrator's involved too. I'm not looking forward to having to listen to all his monologuing, that's for sure. Hey, maybe you could think of a way for me to stay in Fontaine for a little longer.
Maybe.
Helping Linny and the others brush up on their fighting skills would be far more interesting. If you and I could spar, that would be even better. I've been waiting for a chance to see you go all out.
Yeah, but you're not in a good place right now, right?
And what a sweet little daydream that
Oh my god.
is. But I also have a role to play in all this. I'll be leaving Fontaine shortly as well.
We're so lucky to see this scene.
Besides, considering how little they see fit to step outside the homeland, being called on to return to Snezhnaya by such illustrious dignitaries, what a great honor. Wouldn't you agree?
Wait, so considering how they see fit, they see fit to live outside their homeland, is she saying that Linny and Lynette are being called back?
One I could
Or
do
just
without,
everyone?
I'd say.
Oh no, it's him being called back. Right, okay.
is it just Paimon? Or does it kind of seem like they're...
Just casually try... Maybe, because they mentioned Regrader, right? So... Regrader's involved too. I'm not looking forward to have... Yeah, and listen to his monologue. Yes, 100%. And then she... Right, so she's saying... No, what she's talking about is... She's joking. She's joking, obviously. The honor thing. She's saying, like, that all, like, the other harbingers, like, are like, oh, they don't even, like, see fit to step outside their homeland. You know, what a great honor. Wouldn't you agree? That's awesome.
So, dear guests of the House of
Really
the
awesome.
Hearth, to what do I owe the visit?
Well, we just...
Want to learn more about you.
Right. We're super close to Linny and the others, but we still don't know much about you.
Yeah, and Child is our, like, you know, our best pal and everything, you know?
Is that so? Introductions have already been made, have they not?
What a sick design, by the way. Like, we talk about clean designs, but this is just, like, a pristine, like, glowing design. I don't even know if that makes sense. It's just, like, it's like otherworldly in how pristine it is.
Oh, well, you see, there's only so much you can learn about someone from a short introduction. At least tell us something a little extra, like, why do you call yourself father?
That's a nice question, right?
Huh, good question. I'd also like to know.
Heck yeah, see, look, we're your students for the day, alright? All three of us.
The fact that you have to ask tells me our intelligence work has been quite successful. Telling you the answer to that question would only serve to undermine that success. And we can't have that. Now,
Listen,
can
Daddy,
we?
Mommy, I just need to know why you're called a father.
Spoken like a true diplomat. That was some expert sidestepping right there.
Yeah, no, she's great. She's really great.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve at home.
No, wait for a second.
Wait, don't go!
Okay, Paimon. If the Knave reside now, she's sure to run to Linny and Clervie, 100%. Should I release the bird Linny gave us? Now, oh, wait. No, I don't think we should. No, we should try to get her talking about something else first. About the House of the Heart, what does the organization mean to you?
I'd also like to hear the answer to this.
I don't know if Child genuinely wants to hear this or if he's catching on that we have to do something and he's like just being very nice to us.
I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like really good kids. They actually reminded me of Tonya and Tusser.
That's high praise from Child.
Which,
Are you kidding me?
By the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting you know, I won't let you off easy.
Oh my god.
And why would I betray them?
But still though, from Child to say this again, because he Child is like so, like, his mind is so interesting to me, right? Because he is like crazy sometimes. He is like not the ordinary guy, right? We talked about this all the time, how like you can't just like predict what he's going to do at any moment in time. But like the fact that like, you know, we know for a fact he takes his siblings so seriously, and the fact that these House of Heart kids remind him of his siblings, he's like, I will literally do something about this, even though I don't even know them.
Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you?
What?
At least, that's what I heard.
What do you mean? Oh, she turned around. What do you mean? We didn't hear about this.
Okay, I admit. That's just what the old man told me. The rooster, I mean.
Is that the Pringle man? Mr. Pringle? The rooster? What does he mean by betrayed the House of the Hearth? The name betrayed the House of the Hearth. Does it mean that Clervie said was true? Does the Knave really treat her children like test subjects? Oh, please no. We're warming up to her like crazy. Please no.
Wait, did you really do something bad to those kids?
Never mind what I've done. I'm more curious as to what the mighty rooster had to say. Care to enlighten
Again,
me?
sarcasm about the mightiness of the rooster, right?
Well, nothing much. Just some stuff about you taking out many other members of the House of the Hearth, and even going so far to attack your own family.
Why is he gossiping, like, why is he gossiping about this stuff?
I see.
Huh. Based on your reaction, I'm guessing it's all a bunch of lies.
Do you believe it's a bunch of lies?
Hardly. I don't appreciate his particular turns of phrase, but I suppose he didn't say anything untrue.
Right. Okay, so it's just the phrasing?
Although, it would be more accurate to say that there is a certain level of prejudice involved, but I don't intend to clear that up just yet. Prejudice has a funny way of concealing the real truth behind certain things, an attribute that I find to be quite advantageous. Call yourself a Fontanian, for example, and people will assume all sorts of things, when the real truth is that this is simply the land where I was raised.
So she's saying here that... She's saying that, like, just because you know one aspect doesn't mean you know everything. Just because I'm from Fontaine, that doesn't mean you will know everything about myself.
Huh? You're not actually from Fontaine? But then, why did you try to help me out with
Wait, did I get that wrong? Oh, sorry. No. I interpret that entirely wrong. Sorry about that, guys. It's she, like, I was thinking, like, yeah, raised and born. But no, she was just, like, the real truth is okay, that's fine. Sorry, I misinterpreted that completely. That can happen sometimes when there's so much dialogue, for sure. That's my bad.
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontanian simply made it easier to operate.
Yeah.
People would hardly suspect a fellow Fontanian of having any ulterior motives. Who wouldn't want to save their homeland after all?
That was one of the reasons that people were saying that, like, you know, it's like, it makes sense that you would want to protect this place.
The primordial sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused great harm to the House of the Hearth. Well, you wanted extra information, didn't you? There you go. I hope that satisfied your curiosity.
We can still hang out for a bit, you know? So much for learning anything else about her betrayal. She probably only revealed that utter secret in order to change the subject. It seems like she's trying to avoid talking about her past. This is like, if you don't want someone to find, like, it's like satiating someone's curiosity, right? So they don't have to, like, look deeper into something else. If you don't know if you've ever seen Death Note, there's that scene where he puts, like, the diary above the Death Note. So, like, when people find the diary, that, like, if someone's snooping, like, that satiates their curiosity. If someone's asking questions about your past, you give them the parts that you probably want to, and then maybe they'll kind of be like, okay, that's not that interesting. I thought you were more interesting, and they probably won't ask a lot more questions after that.
So, you stayed in Fontaine for the kids. I guess I was wrong to believe you'd betray them. Apologies. Looks like I was holding on to some prejudices myself.
It happens.
Good. Like I said, I like it when others have misconceptions of me.
Because she gets to hide things. And she doesn't have to tell the full truth.
Actually, while I was recuperating at the House of the Hearth, there was something else that really caught my attention. I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments with a friendly spar, and the loser has to back down. Seems pretty cool if you ask me. Would also give them plenty of opportunities to hone their skills.
And he loves this type of stuff.
Well, that's only a recent development. In the past, such spars weren't nearly so friendly. The losing party would lose everything, including their life.
They were that high stakes? Whew, at least that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, because everything we hear about the House of Heart just kind of scares us more and more, right? Like, there's so many good things about it, and then there's so many things that's just, like, that's absolutely terrifying. Like, you know, Alfonso's a big example of, like, you know, a bad person that came from the House of the Hearth, right? Like, it's just, like, you know, genuinely. And I know people can say, like, oh, there's, like, gray areas and all this stuff. So 100%, and you, like, I will never, ever have people say that I don't focus on the gray areas. I am so understanding of characters, or try to be at the very least. You know what I mean? It's just that, like, there definitely is, like, some stuff that, like, terrifies me about the House of the Hearth as well.
Well, the current atmosphere's not half
Great
bad.
shot.
I'm a bit jealous, actually. You've got so many family members around you, and you even get to live with them.
And Child's big on family. You know, he is.
Having a lot of family around means dealing with a considerable amount of bickering and scheming. Once Tonya and Tusar enter their rebellious phase, I'm sure you'll understand.
Never, sweethearts, never.
Just imagine. Tusar becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, or Tonya decides to dye her hair 42 different colors.
His eyes are so wild. He's like, what the hell are you talking about?
Okay. I get the picture.
You know, if she wants to dye her hair, she could dye her hair. That's so funny. She's really good at changing the topic, right? And, like, getting at someone so they change the topic.
Well, would you look at the time? I should probably get going. Traveler, Paimon, I'm not sure where our paths will cross next.
I can't stay.
The next time we run into each other, we should definitely try and find some time to spar.
Sweetheart, honestly, whatever you want. As long as if you go back and get better, I will spar with you.
Again, maybe this is a conversation conversation we can have when
Exactly.
you get less like you're gonna
Yes,
kill over.
and that's exactly what I think as well. If you go back and get better, I will spar with you.
All right. Well, thanks for everything, Arlecchino.
Arlecchino.
No thanks necessary. You also played a part in obtaining the Gnosis. I would say we can call ourselves even.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I've loved seeing Child again.
I like the sound of
So
that.
nice.
Well, I'm off. See you all some other time.
Please do show up again. If you want to... Natlan. I'll see you in Natlan. Show up in Natlan, okay? I'll see you in Natlan.
We should probably get going too. Do you want to head back with us?
Paimon, I love Paimon gets the shifty eyes with this stuff too.
You want me to leave so soon?
Oh, well, you see,
Poor Paimon. She's drowning
I'm
here.
rather enjoying the evening breeze. If you don't mind, I think I'll stick around for a bit. I have some things to think about. Apologies for not attending to you like a proper host. Please forgive this slight. I do hope you'll have a pleasant stay.
It's okay. Yeah, so we have...
we managed to keep her distracted until nightfall. Good thing Child was there to keep the conversation going. You don't think she suspected anything, do you?
I don't know.
Oh, I wonder if Liddy
I don't
ran into
know.
any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went.
I think for my money, she probably thinks that there is something going on. But again, she is someone who is, I feel like... She probably knows that if she waits for a bit, it'll probably fall into her lap as well. You know what I mean? She's such an interesting character, and the dynamic between her and Child is awesome too. It's really, really awesome. Because you can tell there is like a mutual respect, right? There is like a mutual respect like there, at least if it's hidden, right? But also at the same time, very much, you can tell that she's like very much in an older position than Child. She's more mature than Child is. And I'm not saying she was like big brothering him or like, you know, big leaguing him, you know, the way you make yourselves feel more important. I think it's more a case of like, she is way more experienced in the art of conversation than most people are. While Child is like a very, very like snarky person, I don't think he even does it to like, you know, manipulate or try and like change the conversation. He's just like a very very straightforward and wild person. His mind is a mind that you cannot comprehend and won't be able to comprehend. The example he always gave was like in the courtroom at the time, when we said all three of them are together, when we said in the courtroom at the time that if he was like put on trial and we were in the crowd, he would just leave the stand and go sit beside us. That's the type of person he is. He just does his own thing, the beat of his own drum.
Lenny, how did everything go?
That's why it's so interesting having Neuvillette like knock the hell out of him and also have the knave make him worried and scared a little bit, you know?
Well, long story short, we ran into a small issue. Clervie can't go into the sunlight.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface just like I told her. But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished.
Oh.
I turned around and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching me.
That's actually quite sad.
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or... No, it wouldn't be her wish if that
That's
was
the thing,
case.
yeah. She said that she literally cannot leave, right?
Well, we could always try pushing her into it.
Yeah, on a non-corporate, like on a ghost, maybe not.
Oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked. Eventually, the sun went down, so all I could do was bring her back here.
Yeah.
How did it go with you, Lynette?
Good. I've got the list. It's right here.
Really? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's take a look.
Underrated design is Lynette as well, I feel like, too, right? Really, really good design.
Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get through it all.
We can each take a section. Here.
Yeah, they're so ready to do this. Yes, I love this. Look at us, all of us, House of the Heart members.
La Pouillade, Landois, Chambel, Horaire.
Beautiful names. So this is Horaire, Landois, La Pouillade, Jambel. And these are people that are executed. But why? This character design is fantastic. Look at this. We love a buzz cut with a scar, right? Very specific.
Yikes. That Aurora guy has a huge scar on his face. He's kind of giving Paimon the
I thought you looked kind of handsome.
Ah, I've met him before. The scar is from an injury he received during a mission. I still remember him joking with me about it. He said any future lover would take one look at him and then lose all interest.
Did he say anything else?
Well, I asked if there was someone he was interested in. He said no, and that's where our conversation ended. It was only later that I learned he really did have someone he liked. He risked everything to escape so he could be with her, but it didn't work. One day, Father asked to see him, and, well, I never saw him again after that.
Well, we know Alfonso had to, like, Alfonso was going to leave the, or betray the House of the Hearth, and Alfonso was going to be killed, right? Like, there was no way Alfonso was going to survive that situation at all.
Wait, so that means the knave,
Oh, Jesus.
It may seem cruel, but it's just one of the rules of the house.
Yeah, and I keep bringing up Alfonso, but that's what happened.
Betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please. So, if you do try to leave, you pay with your life.
If you guys try to leave and they try to kill you, I will destroy the House of the Hearth. I'm just saying. It will be gone tomorrow. I looked at the names, however, Clervie's name is not...
Her name's not here, huh?
Yeah. Petty, is it Petty?
That's not too surprising. It doesn't seem like this list is complete. It only contains records dating back around 5 years. Let's shift our attention then. Freminet, were you able to find anything out? Freminet.
He's thinking.
Sorry. I was thinking about something.
What were you thinking about?
I managed to talk to quite a few people, but I couldn't help but notice that the atmosphere in the house was a little... strange.
How so?
Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know there have been arguments in the past. Times when people haven't gotten along. Chaplot and Filiol are a good example of that.
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while delivering supplies. Paimon can see how they might not get along. They had very different vibes, and their, interests seem to be pretty different as well.
Right. Yeah. Okay, but like... Freminet's bringing this up for a reason.
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us, taught us how to fight. That's one thing we all share. But that's also where the similarities end. Not all of us feel the same desire to stay here. As members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. And to a lot of people, that's an identity they never asked for.
So for some people who... Okay, that makes sense. So a lot of people are like, the House of the Hearth I love, but I don't like being associated with the Fatui.
Certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves. But considering the rules of the house, most people would never say that out loud.
Right. Yeah, I'd be terrified to.
People like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal to Father and her vision. They're proud to be part of the Fatui. Filiol and Nantoy, on the other hand, well, they aren't quite as enthusiastic.
I think it's understandable, right? Like, that's like, I wouldn't personally join the Fatui.
These kinds of conflicts have always been there. It's not like Father is in the dark about any of this.
Well, that's true. But it just feels like things have gotten worse lately. Filiol and the others, it seemed like they were meeting in secret to talk about something.
Okay.
I can't say for sure, but I think they've met Clervie.
So they would know about her too.
You think she's been inciting them to act out?
No, not exactly. But I wouldn't be surprised if she said something to them about the darkness in the house and how deep it runs.
I mean, if you're already on the edge of like trying to escape or trying to change your life and someone like comes along to push it along, sometimes that's all you need, right? Sometimes like someone just being like, yeah, this place has a darkness. Sometimes that's literally all you can be like, oh yeah, no, I'm going, I'm leaving, you know?
She's told me about it before. Experiments being run on children. People being used as pawns on the battlefield without so much as the strength to survive.
Like, if this is true, right, this is horrific, right? This is horrible. Like, running, like, the experiments on children and stuff, because we know that they, like, that the House of the Heart, like, Alfonso was ordered to do, like, to find, like, experiments and stuff, because so we know, like, it is somewhat true, right? But, like, holy, yeah, exactly, I'm with Paimon. It's disgusting.
And they just believed all that? Without any evidence?
Clervie's words probably gave them the excuse they were looking for. Whether they actually believe them to be true is secondary.
This is what I just said. Lynette, I'm glad, you know, I'm on the same wavelength as Lynette, you know? It gives some credence to my thoughts, you know what I mean? Now my thoughts hold more weight. I can always just point to you guys. Remember, Lynette agreed with me. I'm just saying. The idea of just give them the push.
This is all because of Project Stuja, isn't it?
What's that?
Whoa. Hold on a second. What's this Project Stuja all about, huh? This is the second time it's come up now.
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the details either. I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrader have been working on together. Apparently, it has to do with the Fatui's strategic plan for the future. Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the honor of playing a key role in Project Stuja.
So the plan is to do with the Gnosis. And that's what they were talking about. So it is to do with the... Okay. And now because the House of the Heart was the ones who obtained it, they've been dragged into this. They have to be a part of this.
Wait, but isn't that a good thing?
Key role is just another way of saying dangerous role.
Right.
To us, the whole thing is an inconvenience. Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refuse. Their plan isn't exactly unreasonable, and they've been funneling the house a lot of funding.
Right, and like it is that case where it's like you know, sending someone off on a dangerous, like almost like near death mission is very like I don't know, like it is. You see that in movies sometimes where like there's no one else can do this, you have to do this, and it's like they're just being kind of used in a way.
It's just that we'll lose a lot of members in the process. Participating in the plan, it's an honor in name only.
Lynette's feeling it too.
What they're really trying to do is subdue us. The existence of an intelligence organization outside their control makes them feel uneasy.
Right. So this is their way, in a very political way, and a natural way of making sure that the House of the Hearth go under their thumb. Like it's actually very, I don't know, not smart, but it's like it makes sense that someone would try to do this, right? They found an opening, a way to like make sure that they can now at least be directly involved with the House of the Hearth. Yeah, I can only like, and from Linny's perspective, and not from all this perspectives, like, you know, this is their family. You know, they're losing family members, but to the outside, you know, the Fatui, it probably doesn't even, probably don't even see it like that. Looks like the Fatui are plotting something big, but given how little Linny and the others seem to know about it, I probably won't be able to learn much. I should keep a sharp eye out during any future dealings with the Fatui and see what I can learn. Heck yeah.
Okay, super complicated top secret Fatui business aside, what does all of this have to do with the conflicts you were talking about earlier? Paimon doesn't get the connection.
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. You can't overlook the power of fear either. People are afraid of dying, and that fear is often the impetus for a lot of stupid decisions.
Yep.
I thought resolving the Clervie situation would make everything go back to normal. But it looks like things are more complicated than I thought. If we leave Filiol and the others to their own devices, sooner or later, Father will be forced to take action.
And they'll be punished.
We can only focus on one situation at a time, brother.
You're right. Even if we confront Filiol and the others, it won't do any good. It might even make matters worse.
Yeah, it might move it forward.
Well,
whatever they're planning to do.
It's getting late. We should head back and get some rest. We'll try again first thing tomorrow.
This is so interesting to me. It's so interesting. I love when it gets like, not even political, but like I love these kind of talks, these conversations.
Lynette, you stick with me this time. Freminet, keep a close eye on Filiol and the others. Make sure they don't do anything they'll regret. Good work today, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Is someone watching? No, it's just a cool transition. Yeah, it's what we have here is the Fatui plot with whatever the plot with the Gnosis is. Now the House of the Heart are basically gonna be like frontline employees, basically, or soldiers, basically, in this whatever they're trying to do here. And whatever the plan is, there's gonna be casualties. There's gonna be loss of life. And like Linny was saying, a lot of people don't want to be considered a part of the Fatui. A lot of people are like while we love the House of Heart and what they've done for us, we don't want to be part of the Fatui. We really don't. And what he's saying, what they're saying is so true with Linny and Lynette. They're saying, if we went now to Filial and said, yo, what are you doing? What's happening? You're gonna die. They'll just deny it, and then they will move the plan forward. Because what's the next thing you're gonna do? If someone finds out your plan, you're gonna be like, we have to do it now. If we don't do it now, we'll never do it. And you're talking about like a poorly executed plan, where they probably will get punished and die in the end, versus probably a well-executed plan where it's less likely to die, and we can find out more about it before it gets executed as well, I suppose. That's the way I see it anyway. Yeah, super interesting conversations going on here as well. This is a crazy mission. Your mind races all sorts of thoughts. You try to rest.
I'm always looking forward to an early night, but she can't sleep.
Of course.
well.
Jesus, there's so much going on, Paimon. There's so much.
Hey, you don't think the Knave will be too angry with Linny and everyone if she finds out about all this, do you?
I don't think I should even answer that.
She's even scary when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry... Ooh, you have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler?
I think you can just hide behind me. I think the Knave is cool as heck. If the Knave even like flicked Paimon, we'd be getting into a death battle. Paimon, do not worry about it. Stay behind me. I swear to God, do not worry about it.
Trust is ever, Traveler.
Do not worry. It doesn't matter who it is, right? You don't hurt Paimon, all right? It doesn't matter. And the thing is, like, nobody would, right? Nobody's gonna touch Paimon because that'd be horrible. Don't worry, Paimon.
Look over there.
Yeah, she's going for a run. What's she doing over there?
Quick, let's catch up with her before anyone sees.
This is such an interesting, like, mission. It really is. And, like, the fact as well, like, this is, like, why I love story quests and world quests and all this stuff, like, in this game, too. Like, you get so much, like, side information about, like, different plans and different main story stuff as well, and the world. It's so cool.
Over there.
Where's she going? Is she going back up to the surface? Possibly.
Oh, where is she going? Oh, if someone sees her,
Yeah, what's happening? And she's still disappearing and reappearing. Oh, it's not. It's dark out.
Oh, look! She stopped!
Why'd she stop here? You okay, Clervie? Beautiful. Oh my god.
Clervie! Shh. I opened the window while no one was looking.
Okay.
Look how pretty the outside
It's
is.
gorgeous. No, it is. It's so pretty. Yeah, window, yeah.
If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly, huh? All this hopeless resisting. It's better to dream of what I could have than try to make it a reality, right?
Not really. Like, I don't think it's silly to want to dream of seeing the sun again or feeling the sun again.
Please, help us get on the same page here, Clervie. We need you to tell us what you know. Can you do that? Sure. Although, after you hear all this, I think you might regret that decision.
Oh god.
Everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool. Something to be used and exploited. We're all expendable. Including me. As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value.
Oh no.
You're handed over to the doctor, experimented on, and given a fate worse than death. I've seen it happen again and again, and I've had enough.
I'm instantly frustrated. Instantly frustrated. He's one of the characters that makes me I genuinely want to fight. He terrifies me and he angers me in the same breath.
You're saying the knave did all
The
that?
knave is passing people over to Dotori?
It's just, that doesn't seem like something she would do. She's scary and all, but it seems like even she has lines she wouldn't cross.
That's the thing. Handing someone over to Dotori is a fate worse than death. That is worse than death.
I knew you wouldn't believe
We're
me.
listening. We're listening. We just want to find out for sure because like it was such a horrible thing to happen to have someone like be to be in the presence of Dotori.
Everyone thinks she's a good person. They all think of her like a real mother.
I think good comes into my vocabulary when I talk about her, like, because like I think like there's a lot we don't know about her. Like I feel like it's a very gray character.
Mother?
Oh, she mentioned mother, but she's called father.
But she doesn't deserve that title. She's disgraced it and tarnished it. And if I had things my way, I'd never see her again.
Right. Yeah. So I can get to, like, I don't know. This is rough.
If only Perry were here, she'd understand. Perry. There's that name again.
Yeah. This is making me so nervous.
Also, Paimon's getting a strange feeling.
Yes, I agree.
It almost feels like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't tell if she's actually talking to us or if she's mistaken us for someone else.
She's a spirit. It could be anything. That's the thing. It's such a nerve-wracking situation.
Well, in any case, it seems like she really needs someone to talk to. We should keep her company for a little longer.
You know, it's a sad thing. Again, I don't think it's silly to want to see the sun.
She looks so young, but it seems like she's been through a lot.
Yeah. And there's smoke, there's fire. There has to be something to do with the doctor, right? There's something.
It's getting windy. I should close the window.
Oh my god, this is what I was talking about earlier.
Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret?
What?
I heard that if you look up at the night sky in Snezhnaya, you can see the aurora. It's supposed to be super pretty. Even prettier than the moon tonight.
I'd love to see it. That sounds beautiful. But I was saying earlier that she was talking about doing the laundry and all this stuff, these normal things. I'll open the window, I should close the window. All these normal things, but there's nothing here.
Perry and I promised each other that once we're older, we're gonna go see it together. But I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She's special. Mother likes her a lot.
Mother. There's Mother again. This is so... Oh my god, I've never felt like this. This feels so weird.
I should really go talk to Mother, but we just fought. She doesn't want to see me.
Oh no.
And I'm too scared to face her.
Oh no.
What should I do?
Who's Mother? Is the Mother, like, are we saying that's the knave? After sign, Clervie goes out, says she gives a weak smile and leaves on her own.
Paimon really doesn't understand what's going on with her.
Paimon, it's so worrying. It's so worrying what's happening here. She's talking about stuff that's, like, not there. She's talking about, to us, as you said, Paimon, like she's in two different realities almost.
Well, let's head back. We've got an early morning tomorrow.
Yeah. This is terrifying to me. And it's not terrifying because, like,
Alright,
I don't want to
looks
sit here and
we're
be
all
like...
here. Let's go ahead with the plan.
Yeah, I don't want to sit here and be like, kind of like, oh, like it's... Because you don't want to make her feel bad about what she's... Like, because, again, she's clearly hurt. Whatever's happened to her has hurt her. You know what I mean? It's a very touchy situation because, especially with ghosts. Now, here's the thing: whatever about ghosts being real or not real in real life, but in terms of like media and ghosts that we perceive ghosts to be, this idea of something that like they carry with them into the afterlife will be with them forever. You know what I mean? This idea that like, that their mother isn't talking to them. Maybe that was the last day they were alive, I know, I'm just really nervous. Before we do, I have a question. I'm really nervous.
Oh? What is it?
Have the Knave and the Doctor ever worked together? This is a great question.
What makes you ask that?
Well, we kind of ran into Clervie last night, and that's what she told us. We met the Doctor back in Sumeru. He's super dangerous, and he's done all sorts of bad things.
He's evil. He's an evil character.
It's possible that Father and the Doctor have had certain dealings, but I don't think Father would work with him.
Okay. Just put my mind at ease, please.
We're not really on the same side, so there's not a lot of trust between them. That doesn't exactly set the stage for a successful partnership.
Please keep saying this stuff. Just put my mind completely at ease. Because again, I said it back with Clervie as well. I was like, that doesn't seem like, not that it doesn't seem like something the Knave would do. It's just, it's something like that's really horrible that you'd have to like, especially you'd have to be really horrible to want to hand over people to the Doctor.
I did hear, though, that when Father first became a Harbinger, the Doctor offered to work with the House of the Hearth. Father rejected most of his proposals, except for one. It had to do with some sort of secret experiment.
Secret experiment? Could that be what Clervie was
Oh my
talking
god,
about?
we need to find out and much more about this.
I don't think so.
I don't know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The Doctor only proposed a direction for the research. That was the extent of his involvement. I still don't think that counts as working together.
I trust the heck out of you three. I really do. Obviously, I don't know the Knave very much so, but I'm willing to stay on the side of, like, no one would work with the Doctor, even if they're the Knave. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, I'm not saying even if they're Knave, I'm not saying the Knave is bad, but I'm saying even if you're a Fatui member. Like, obviously, like, we had Vaughn working with the Doctor, but that was pure manipulation. That was manipulation for years upon years. You know, in that sense, Vaughn was a victim of the Doctor rather than, in my opinion, a victim of the Doctor rather than being someone who worked with the Doctor. And the Knave, I feel like, is too smart. I feel like the Knave is too smart to work with someone like that, right? While the Doctor is, like, like, cunning and obviously, like, in some ways incredibly smart, like, working with someone like that is only going to bring you down as well.
The details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. That doesn't seem to be the case with the situation Clervie referred to. I know you don't agree with some of the Fatui's methods, and I'm not asking you to.
I know.
But I am asking you to trust
I
us
do.
on this. The House of the Hearth has its own principles. There are certain lines we're not willing to cross.
No, look, and I even said it. I said it like that's why we were questioning Clervie a bit, because we were like, you'd have to be like, and the hands in the heart. You don't even need to put the hands in the heart. You're all hands in. Do the fist bump thing again. I'll do a 4-way fist bump. I trust you guys. I do. And I know you guys wouldn't. If you guys thought that was happening, you guys would say something and do something, and I know you would. It is a line that is, terrible to cross as well. Because the thing is, I think we're all guilty of it sometimes. I'm definitely guilty of it, just painting the Fatui. I've done it in the past. When I first started the game, I would paint Fatui with, one brush. As you guys remember, you would correct me in the comments, be like, hey, Calvin, this isn't exactly the way you're describing it. It's not exactly this way, which always it helps a lot. But like I said at the start, there is no way in hell it would take someone grabbing my arm who was 300 pounds of muscle bigger than me to take a brush that I paint with Dotori and paint it on any of these guys here. I would never do it. Never, ever, ever.
All right, that's good to hear.
These are the sweethearts.
Clervie seems to think the Knave and the Doctor worked together to do something horrible. If that turned out to be true, Paimon doesn't know how he would even face you guys.
I think it's a fair assessment from Paimon, right? I think it's it's like, hey, how would we how would we look into people's eyes again if we knew that this was going on in the House of the Hearth?
It's just that it doesn't seem like Clervie is lying either.
There has to be some misinformation somewhere. Some lines are crossed somewhere.
The easiest thing to do would be just ask the Knave directly, but Paimon doesn't think she'd tell us.
Let's focus on the plan for now. Yeah, and you guys understand how nerve-wracking this can be because you guys played this quest. This is a feeling in the pit of my stomach where it's what is happening here? But it does, again, my trust is not lost for Linny and Lynette and the crew, and even like with the knave, like I wouldn't even nearly put them in the same category, even knowing little about them as the Doctor.
Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still near the shore. We'll be counting on you to distract.
Oh, we're going distraction mode again?
Lynette, you're with me. Freminet, you know what to do. Be on your guard, everyone. All right, let's get to it.
Such an interesting story as well. Like, we'll talk to these guys before we get into the full conversation about this.
Where are we going today?
Let's try somewhere further away this time.
Like, is Freminet here to have a chat? I absolutely adore this game can make me feel this way, but also I feel terrible, right? Because, yeah, like you said, Clervie doesn't seem like she's lying. But she did say the word mother. She didn't say father, right? Mother. So I wonder if it's like there is crossed lines somewhere. Maybe there was a different time, a different whatever, or something like this. Because it definitely seems like if this is a ghost that's been around for a while and they've heard about this ghost, like it could have been any part of their past. So I'm wondering exactly where the lines are being crossed here. But yeah, this quest is making me feel very nervous. I'm feeling very nervous. And of course, like, here's the thing, right? My first reaction when I hear the Doctor's name, Kale means the world to me, right? Kale means the world to me. We saw what the Doctor did in that manga. We know what the Doctor did in real life. We know what they're capable of. And like that's just fact. That's a factual statement. We know what the Doctor is capable of. We know that the Doctor is not to be messed with. And like we could have predicted, our lovely sweethearts, Lynette, Freminet, all three of them are like, yeah, he sucks. He's like really bad and like really evil, and the stuff he does we would not want to participate in. And I love as well that they're sticking up for the Knave as well, because they have a very virtuous view of not virtuous. They know the Knave, like who the Knave is and what they do. Like they don't paint the house at the hearth, and I love that about these characters. Same with the Knave too. They don't paint the house at the hearth as this perfect organization that like can do no wrong, or not even can do no wrong, but like is like just this pristine, clean organization where everyone's happy and smiling, and everyone's constantly like, you know, chewing on sweets and donuts, and they're having a great time. They don't paint it as that. They don't even paint it as half that. They talk about the imperfections. They talk about the stuff that could go wrong. They even talked about why people want to leave and why it's understandable people will want to leave. And I freaking love that. There's no, like, we talk about gray areas in this game, and it's a multifaceted, multicolored, three-dimensional story that goes on with the House of the Hearth. Look at the way the hair bounces on Galman's head. Yeah, like, I'm willing to, like, 100%, as always, trust these characters. Yeah. Okay. Let's go talk to the Knave. Such an interesting time. We're very nervous. There's a lot of stuff going on.
It's you two again. I must say, you look a bit pale. Did you have trouble sleeping last
yes,
night?
very much so.
A little.
Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to absolve yourself of such troubles.
True.
So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your brain for a topic to discuss before I ask any questions?
She could see it from a mile away. A mile away.
Must profess to being curious. Without child here, how do you plan on distracting
Exactly.
me?
Yeah, exactly.
Us?
A mile away.
You? Good one. But no, we were just here for a chat.
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think. No matter. If you don't have any other plans, why don't you accompany me somewhere? Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any scheming children.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, like, I'm sorry. Yeah, of course.
The ocean breeze is sure nice today.
Bye, on. So you know everything then?
Children always think they can hide things from the
Yes.
grown-ups. But nothing gets past me. Least of all, a little scheming. I think I'll let them have at it for a little longer. I can be very patient.
Yeah, no, like...
Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermona.
The Palais?
Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do hope you decide to tag along. If only for your friends'
What
sakes.
a cold line. Are you kidding me?
Well, What should we do?
Well, we gotta go. Like, we have to
She
go.
clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say she was threatening us just now.
I mean, it was a very calculated, like threat, right? It's one of those things where like it's like she didn't directly threaten us. She just told us basically like good things happen to good kids. We should release the pigeon 100%. Of course she would have known though. Oh my god. And it's not because of Paimon's like
good
acting
idea.
either.
Hopefully he sees it in time. Well, we should probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happens if we don't show up. Based on what the knave was saying just now, it sure didn't seem like it'd be anything good.
We don't really have any other options. Guess we can take one step at a time, yeah.
Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting. It seems like Linny and the others are on thin ice, so let's do our best to not get them in any more trouble.
I know, I 100%, like, 110%, I'm not saying it's because of Paimon's acting. It wasn't. The Paimon's acting had nothing to do with that. The knave saw that from a mile away so quickly. There was no... Okay. It disconnected the thing, but it's okay. The knave saw that from a mile away.
Seeing as we still have
of
some
course they
time
would.
before my meeting, we might as well enjoy some pleasant conversation while we wait.
And does that, like, now there's still a possibility the child was, like, saw that we were trying to come up with something as well, so he was, like, trying to distract him as well, like, which could be a possibility.
I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being surrounded by good companions is necessary for a child's development.
You're not planning on doing anything to them, are you?
I assume you're referring to Lenny, Lynette, and Freminet.
Her smile is so cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like she rarely lets us see, like, a full smile, but, like, the little smile she does is, like, so cool.
Although, there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well.
Oh my god. Yep.
It appears quite a few people have been acting out lately.
Yeah, but I think they must have their reasons, right? They must
No
have their
matter.
reasons.
I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate. There are no exceptions.
Just let you know now, nothing will happen to Lily Lynette and Freminet.
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh, Paimon.
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change for no one. In my organization, everyone is responsible for their own actions.
I appreciate that. I will stand in front of them and you will have to murder me first. You will have, in Minecraft, you will have to destroy me. You will.
But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them.
Such a passionate speech here from Paimon.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more stringent than most. Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable along with them.
Oh, it doesn't matter if I held accountable. I'm telling you that I will join in on this thing and will stand in front of them. You will literally have to get rid of me first. You will, for those guys, you will have to get rid of me first. There's really no other way to solve the issue.
I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Freminet will be able to keep their lives.
Okay, good. Wait, but then...
As for Filion and Toy and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out.
This is the issue, right? Like, it's like such a double-edged sword. It's like you get this like this thing with the House of Heart. You get a full family. You get all this stuff. You get join the organization. But like anyone who has any doubts or wants to leave, there's no possibility of that whatsoever.
But that's awful.
It is. It's awful.
Ah, you seem concerned. Out of consideration for my guests, I suppose I could turn a blind eye for a little longer. If Linny and the others manage to dispose of Clervie in the meantime...
Dispose?
All evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case,
oh my god,
I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove.
This is like a weird way of the knave kind of being very sweet.
If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable. And the punishment will be severe.
This is the knave being sweet the only way the knave knows how, which is like, if by possibility the ghost disappears between now and then, all evidence is gone. So there's nothing I can do. We'll hold you to it.
Of course.
So, like,
oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you. Do try and keep better track of it.
Oh my
next
freaking
time.
god, she got the bird! She got the bird!
It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it. permanently.
She is incredible. What the hell? I literally, like, I'm amazed.
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. Now, for the matter at hand. I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais
Amazing.
Harmonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time being. There will always be time later to run off and tell Linny what you've learned.
She's 25 steps ahead. She's not even one step ahead. She's 25 steps ahead of everything.
Well, time to go. Looks like we wrapped things up just in time.
That's an amazing scene. And I love that that's the sweetest the Knave could ever be, is like, hey, I won't hurt anybody if, just by chance, you know, if just by chance, everything resolves itself before I have a chance to. That is the sweetest, that's basically, that's the equivalent of like, I don't know, of Garmin bringing you for tea and biscuits and giving you a big hug, you know what I mean? That's what the equivalent is. And that's the way I see it anyway. I know many people might interpret it as something different. It's clear that she does care. Oh, but yeah, of course it's Neuvillette. Negotiations. This is a great story quest. I love how in Fontaine they've been involving everybody constantly in their story quests, like a lot, like a lot.
It's been a while, Monsieur Neuvillette. I must say, I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly. The Palais Mermonia operates with an efficiency worthy of admiration.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the proper level of respect.
Both of these guys are so good at this as well, this type of like political talk.
Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after presenting you with the gnosis.
Oh, he thought she'd be gone. Am I? I am. Okay. I was wondering if I was recording there for a second, guys. Like, that's like it's one of the worst feelings in the pit of your stomach when you're like, am I recording? You know?
I see you've brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire as to the purpose of your visit.
We're in trouble, Neuvillette. Neuvillette, we need help. We need help, Neuvillette.
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved.
This is so cool seeing the two of them talk again. The last time they had negotiations was so interesting.
It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure, Monsieur Neuvillette.
The tension in this room. I mean, it's always them though. They're so good at this stuff, and again, I talk about presence all the time. Like, and they have that in spades, the two of them. I love how we're comfortable enough now to just sit down as well. I love that. We've been here so many times.
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
Oh, really? What is it?
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Neuvillette, so allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation. Or perhaps the glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast.
Wait, so she talking about, the way she's talking about now, she's saying that she would love that all of her family members, right, reach the same destination, but if they can't, then she doesn't want their lives to be meaningless. Is she saying that, like, she's like, I even want to, like, you know, the glass of your, like, to work with Neuvillette? Is that what she's saying? Because you said, like, a family is like a large body of water, yeah, where rivers flowing in and out. And she's saying the people are the river. And she hopes that they'd reach the ocean. Okay, this is interesting.
Did you get any of that?
Kind of. I think what she's saying is she hopes that they would get onto the path that she wants them to, but if they can't, she would like them to go somewhere else that, like, at least their lives will be meaningful.
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water.
Wow. The dialogue.
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's drained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form.
So she's saying that if she's talking about her family right now, she's saying that at one point it was tainted, but now she believes it's pure. She doesn't. It's not as tainted as it was before.
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you could expound
I need to know
on
this
that?
proposal. Let me in on it too.
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine.
Oh.
And, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
So she's saying we'll... Wait, so she's saying we'll leave altogether. Why is she saying this?
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk?
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean?
Okay.
My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his
It's so weird because, like, in this conversation, like, I'm not rooting for everybody, but I love the way the Knave speaks. So when she's like, there's no evidence, what can you do? I'm kind of like, yeah, let's go. It's so interesting to me, like the tension in here, like the amazing dialogue, like it is a masterpiece what they're doing. This whole scene.
Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce the frequency of such troubles.
Me too, guys, me too.
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept your proposal.
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy.
What a nice gift.
I do hope I get the chance to hear your impressions. Perhaps at our next meeting, yes?
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, Traveler Paimon. Time to go.
Yeah, Neuvillette, we're with her today. We're like tagging along. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, Neuvillette. Neuvillette's like, why you guys with her today? It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, Neuvillette.
I believe I've told you before that my emotions easily resonate with those of others. Yet in the few meetings I've had with that Harbinger, I haven't been able to sense any aspect of her emotional state.
Oh, God.
Her mind is like a still body of water. Who knows what darkness lies in its depths? And the lack of ripples on the surface gives nothing away. It's unclear whether this is her natural state of being, or whether it's an incredible strength of will that gives her the ability to master
That's what I was
her
going to go with.
emotions. Either scenario, however, suggests she is a very dangerous individual.
Yeah, no, that's...
I do not expect an explanation as to why you two are by her side. Whatever your reasoning, I would only advise you to take caution.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's 100% fair. He, like, trusts us, and I love that they have that trust there. There's no, like... Give some props, man. Like, once you get to know a character, there's no, like, fake, like, lack of trust. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any... Like, because, you know, they easily had a subplot where they're like... Neuvillette's like... So, you're with the Knave now, right? I didn't expect this of you. You know what I mean? But, like, in reality, like, it's like, yeah, we've done so much with Neuvillette. We trust him immensely. He trusts us immensely. So he's like, yeah, like, whatever you're doing, just be careful, you know? Like, that's so much better than having, like, a whole, like, subplot about Neuvillette not trusting us. When it wouldn't even make sense if he didn't trust us. So cool. My guess is that she is able to hide her emotions. That she is able to, like, because even when we're talking to her, she's, like, very good at, like, making us think one thing and then it actually is another. She's very good, like, and the way they have their little negotiations, Neuvillette is the type of person that negotiates with just pure, like, what's the word I can look for? Pure... I'm blanking on the word here now. Pure... It's the word you use when like you're very like not diligent. It's pure like you are diligent if you're doing this thing. Pure by the book, I guess I could be saying pure by the bookness, but what would be the word for that? I can't believe I'm blanking on this word. Pure like due diligence, pure. Yeah, we could say something like that, but you know what I'm trying to say. He is like so straightforward and he's always by the book with the way he's doing things, but he's so strong with that his negotiations are actually very, very strong because he doesn't like have like a lot of movement with that. And then when the knave comes in, it's like a really cool, like quiet battle because the knave is like very good at like like taking pages out of the book and replacing them and putting them in different places and making it all jumbled. So it makes for a very interesting conversation where like it's almost like the irresistible force meeting the immovable object and you don't know what's going to like give. It's so interesting. Sorry for blanking on the word there, guys. If you can, like, if I don't think of it by time editing, please.
What exactly were you talking about back there? Paimon only heard you mention some rivers, a large body of water, and then some kind of irrigation
I'm so
scheme.
curious as to what this is. I really am.
You really want to know? I would imagine there might be more pressing concerns at the moment.
Lenny, Paimon really hopes everything's going okay.
Yes. Yes. 100%. Who's running here as well?
Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you, Traveler?
Paimon's like panicking, and rightly so. Like her dialogue is even more panicky. The knave seems relaxed, but she didn't seem to be joking her when she said those who betrayed our organization must pay with their lives. I think she's serious about punishing those kids. How should we stop her? No, there's something else we should figure out first. What's the plan? What's this deal? While we were talking in front of the Palais Morning, she mentioned Clervie's name. Does that mean she knows Clervie was this the entire time? Maybe she even anticipated how Linnea and the others were going to act. Maybe. Who's this? It's him! It's him! It's the executed guy! It's the executed guy! The Scar! The Scar!
Oh, shoot.
It's the freaking Scar!
Right? Oh, jeez.
Look at it!
I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these papers, I wasn't looking where I was going.
Wait, so he wasn't executed? I also wasn't paying. It's my bad. No, it's the Scar!
Well, let me make it up to you at least. Here, take this paper. On the
Oh
house.
my god. He looks kind of familiar for some reason. Yes, it's the guy with the scar! We said he was super handsome before.
Oh, you don't have to give us anything.
Please, I want to.
Oh my god.
It's not like I'm short on supply. All the extras will be useless come tomorrow anyway.
What is happening?
It's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some extra mora for the family, but I bit off more than I can chew. I haven't had many takers today, so I'm still swimming in papers.
What's going on here?
Knave, I need you to understand something. No, actually, we shouldn't say anything, but
Nothing much.
this is
I just
incredible.
ran into your friend here on accident. I should probably get going, actually.
Do you know her? Well, he got out of here with
Hold on.
No, get out of here. Go, go.
Of course, I'm happy
Go!
to compensate you with mora. It's just I don't have any on me at the moment.
Holy hell, my head is bursting.
I'll take 3 papers. Here, your payment.
Oh, thank you for your patronage. May the Archons
Oh my
bless you with good fortune.
god. What is
If only I had the
happening?
chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right? I'm getting married soon, so sometimes it's hard to not get ahead of myself. Anyway, I should head out.
Wait a second.
Goodbye.
What is... She's not even doing it. She's not even thinking about doing anything.
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson. We've even acquired some light reading to enjoy
Okay.
along the way.
But... She...
Actually, why don't we stick around for a little longer? Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to
Oh yeah, she
Poisson with
can't.
an empty stomach.
You don't understand. It's a thing. It's a whole thing. Looks like Paimon's trying to buy us more time. If we head back now, I doubt Lynn and the others are admitting your progress. What should we do? What should we do?
It appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. I'm sorry to ruin your fantasy, but your efforts are meaningless. That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. I just have one condition. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Clervie, are you not?
Yes.
and my relationship to her.
Yes, but also, I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about the guy who was supposed to be executed. So that means that not only have wires been crossed, part of Clervie's story are totally mistaken. There are people who were not executed, right? Like, if he got out of there, right? There's no way that you could just, like, escape the House of the Heart like that and just live a new life. There's no way. Without them knowing, right? There's no way.
Wait, why are you being so generous all of a sudden? You're not gonna ask us to do something bad, are you?
You overestimate yourself.
My heart's pounding.
You don't have the talent for bad things.
You don't know me. No, I don't. You're right.
What can you possibly...
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Demands and threats only get you so far.
Yeah, your condition, let's hear it.
Wonderful.
Oh my god, the
Here it
close-up
is.
on the mouth. We're bracing ourselves.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
Done.
Okay, sounds normal enough. But what do you mean, when the time comes? When is that?
Sorry,
That is for you
trigger
to
happily
decide.
these once per episode, Paimon. We accept your condition. Done. It's done.
Then we have a deal. Follow me.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to know more about that executed lad. I need to know more about the executed lad. I forgot his name. I remember we said he was super handsome, right? We were like, oh, he's like a super handsome lad. He had the scar on his face. There's no way in hell, like, you know what I mean? Like, right away that they wouldn't show a scar if it wasn't him, you know? Like, it's a clear defining trait, and they even mentioned it. They had Paimon mention it as well. Holy crap, this place is gorgeous, isn't it? Fontaine's really beautiful. Holy hell, this story is so interesting to me. Where are we going? Where the hell is this? Oh, it's up past here. We haven't even touched this area, this whole island. Let's set up. This is, in terms of just intriguing and like something that's so intriguing, this is one of the best story quests, right? Just in terms of like, oh, what's gonna happen next? What could happen next? I'm so excited. She was mentioning, right? She was mentioning that she wanted the bodies of water moving from place to place, right? That's what she said. She said that she sees the House of the Hearth as a body of water with different rivers flowing out of it, and she wants some rivers to get to the ocean. The ocean would apparently be probably like higher up in the House of the Hearth. You know what I mean? But I wonder if it's a case where like, because I said it there with Neuvillette, I was like, is it dangerous here? I said it with Neuvillette. I was like, what if like she wants some people to work with Neuvillette? You know? Because he was like, I don't want to drink from tainted water. I don't want to work with the House of the Hearth. Look, it's getting very dark here. So I wonder if it has something to do with that.
How about we explore the area ahead of us?
Oh, it's down below. Oh my god. Where am I Wait, we can't go here? Oh, sorry. It's this way. It's this way. It's so on the edge. Right? I wonder if it has some... Oh my god, look at this place. What even is this place? It's like a college... Oh, it's like one of the...
What is this place?
Oh, she's gonna explain it anyway.
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building. Now it's nothing more
Gorgeous.
than a
With the
pile of
mountain in the
rubble.
background.
No one comes here anymore, nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although, this place does have something to do with the story I'm about to tell you.
Please.
It was before I became a harbinger, and before Linny and the others joined the
Oh
House
my
of the
god.
Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clervie and then her mother.
What?
And this is where it all happened.
So that's what she meant when she said mother. So you did kill Clervie?
You were the one that killed Clervie?
What? Why?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clervie's side of the story first. I'll start.
My
from
heart
the
is stopping.
Clervie was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. A thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clervie's mother by blood, but she was also the mother to all the children in the
Right,
house.
so that's what she was saying, mother. So she was there at the time. Okay. Okay. So we were kind of right in when we said that maybe she was talking about a different time, maybe? Because remember she was saying that, like, she kept saying, like, people see her as mother, like, she's all nice and all this stuff. But, like, she's not all nice. So maybe she wasn't talking about the name, she's talking about her own mother.
Clervie was happy here. For a time. But she quickly realized that being part of this family wasn't a fairy tale at all.
And it makes sense as well, because this is long ago, before she was a harbinger, before Linny and Lynette were even, like, saved by the Knave.
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Teyvat.
Yeah.
But as for how to raise them, that depends entirely on the person in charge.
And oh my god, oh my god. She said to Neuvillette, right, that the water's no longer tainted. Was the mother tainting the water? Not
Crucibina
literally,
came
but you know
up
what I
with a
mean
novel
figuratively.
idea. She would teach the children to fight, force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king of the house the child who proved themselves most worthy of inheriting her title.
That is very rough, isn't it?
It's difficult to estimate the number of children
Yeah,
who died
Jesus.
or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injuries, on the other hand, well, they still served a purpose. They would be handed over to the doctor to be
There you go.
experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions. Nothing more than
Holy
tools
hell.
to be used and then discarded.
So that's, yeah, it all pieces together. It all pieces together perfectly.
So those were the experiments Clervie was talking about. But what actually happened to her?
It was like we said it's from a different time.
You said that Clervie was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clervie tried to convince her to stop what she was doing, Crucibina probably would have listened, right?
Despite being Clervie's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clervie to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her own impartiality as a mother, to prove that she treated all her children equally.
I understand, like, that's like the nature of the House of the Hearth, where it's like, oh, you have to, every child's the same. That just sounds so rough. Because here's the thing, while everyone else gains a mother, Clervie lost a mother there. Because while, like, the idea of the Knave giving all of the children, quote unquote children, because even, like, you know, the older ones are considered children as well. Even if, like, you know, giving all the children attention is, like, you know, is something they love, because it's like, you know, it's a unique thing to them. Clervie lost a mother who should have been also giving her, like, not undivided, but, like, well, pretty much undivided. When you're at home, like, giving your child attention and making sure they have that growth in them, and you know, and it's like, I'm not saying she had to play favorites, but I think she had to play favorites. You know what I mean? She lost her mother while everyone else gained a mother, is the way I look at it.
Clervie did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Unfortunately, the other children had already been thoroughly indoctrinated into the illusion of happiness Crucibina had created.
Like a Stockholm syndrome or something?
Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clervie's age who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name was Peruere.
And she called her Perry?
Wait, the friend that Clervie mentioned?
Friend, huh? I suppose we can call her that for now. Clervie was a cheerful,
It's Baby Knave!
person with a tenacious spirit.
Wait, so that's...
Peruere, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded.
First of all, I'm stunned by the idea of Baby Knave. Strangely adorable, right? But was that her friend? Was the Knave? Oh my freaking god. Were you Perry?
Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade.
No.
Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it.
No.
At least at first. While Clervie longed for freedom, Perouer was convinced that, amid all the fighting and violence, she would make it until the end.
This is... What a freaking turn in the story. And we have baby Knave.
Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clervie told Perouer that she hoped to create a real family, where no one would be killed or sacrificed. There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clervie proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the truth. But her efforts only earned her beating after beating.
That's horrible.
The only thing that kept her going was her strength of will.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
Even with her body racked with pain.
Oh my god.
She would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night. She and Perouer would look out at the moon together, a fierce longing for freedom shining in her eyes. But one day that light simply vanished.
Like she still does now while she's looking for you.
Oh no. What happened?
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Perouer weren't children anymore, but finding any chance to escape still seemed as hopeless as
I can't believe we're seeing all this as well. Young Knave.
It was during this time that Perouer suggested a new plan. If escaping was out of the question, why not take down the very person sitting on top of this throne of lies? Mother herself. Clervie rejected that proposal. She claimed that, as a famous harbinger, Crucibina possessed an unimaginable amount of power. Trying to kill her would have an incredibly low chance of success.
Jesus, man. So, Crucibina was a former harbinger then? Freaking hell, the amount of not even just information, but like personal information about the Knave and the Harbingers and all this stuff and the way the House to Hearth works. This has been a feast.
Clervie never gave another reason, but Perouer could see it written all over her face. Clervie still thought of Crucibina as her mother.
Yeah.
Killing her own flesh and blood was a line she couldn't bring herself to cross.
I feel like this isn't even happening. I'm like blown away about the stuff we're getting here from the Knave. Like how much we're getting to know of the Knave's past.
If she couldn't escape and fight back, then only one option remained.
Death.
Precisely. Death was the only way that she felt she could be free.
So you killed her?
It happened during a
Oh,
duel.
man.
When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Perouer. The very person that had stood by her side all those years. It was a fierce battle. But ultimately, Clervie decided to let Perouer end her life.
And what does this do to the Knave as well? Because while they're very cold and calculating now, it's very clear they both had hopes and aspirations. They both saw the wrongdoings of what Crucibina was doing. They were together for so long. They were probably tied like by their souls at this stage. And to have to kill someone like this, that's horrible.
From that moment on, Perouer's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, there she stood. The sole victor in Mother's endless game of slaughter.
Evil.
A trail of corpses strewn across her path
Not
to success.
not the Knave. I'm talking about the Crucibine, like the former Harbinger. Absolutely evil.
It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She wasn't surprised by the fact that she emerged as Mother's undisputed heir. Rather, her success left her with an inexplicable sense of restlessness.
And dear, the fact that that Clervie's mother was just okay with all this as well just shows how evil she was. Like, And again, here she is, like, it's like she's saying, like, I predicted this. I predicted I'd be the one left standing. But there's no way in hell that this didn't affect the Knave, that Arlecchino. Like, the idea of, like, someone who your souls are tied to. You both talk about freedom. You both talk about them. You see, you're together constantly.
She was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would like to take a guess as to what it
Killing the
was.
person at the very top, and you were right. You were right to do so.
Crucibina, you mean?
Holy freaking hell.
But...
Correct. This is the place where Peruere killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail to kill the mother they
And that's
shared.
the thing, it's not, they don't always share a mother. Like, when I say they shared a soul, I mean it, like, from the bottom of my heart. Two people that are the only people in your organization that understand each other.
The moment she acted, any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It's one of the principles of the house. Only those who survive get to write the rules. Peruere won the battle, and became a harbinger herself. After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name.
There we go.
Arlecchino.
Like, we knew this from the images, but obviously the Wanderer's hearing about this first.
So the Perry Clervie was talking about... It was you all
Man.
along. You're Peruere. Arlecchino is just a name you got later.
And I agree with Wander here. This is just as much your story. You've been through hell as well, you know?
I left that name behind long ago. I must say, hearing it now does bring back memories. After I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself, and even chose to give up my own name. I rebuilt the House of the Hearth under a new identity. Not only as Arlecchino, but as father. And that is where the story ends.
Freaking hell. Freaking hell.
Any more questions?
So so we now know that her being called father was, it's the complete opposite. Not the complete opposite, is the counterpart of the opposite of, like, the opposite of father is mother, right? That's the opposite of father. You could say the opposite of father is, like, child, but, like, the opposite of father is mother, right? They're two, like, they're on the same spectrum, but they're the opposite on two different sides. She was determined to make changes there. And this is why, like, my respect is going up and up and up and up and up and up and up constantly for the Knave. The fact is, she took over this organization and made changes. Like she said to Neuvillette, the water is no longer tainted. The bad name that the House of the Hearth got, it's very clear that it's, like, still flowing over from Crucibina. And she was evil. Like, she was pure evil. And what happened to that poor girl as well? What happened to the Knave as well? Like, this is all stuff that's, like, so horrible. And yeah, who is the ghost we met?
Yeah.
So horrible.
Based on what you just told us, Clervie wasn't a little kid when she was killed. So the Clervie we met, was she really a spirit at all?
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes to a fire. Something left over in the wake of blaze and ruin.
What does this mean, though?
You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume.
What? Is that anything you kill?
Of course. The chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly slim. Clervie is a very special case.
Right, yeah, but that's still incredible. It's not, so everything she kills doesn't just become a ghost. But that is, like, the burden that the Knave has had to frickin' carry.
Clervie died when she was 16
Oh
years
my
old.
god.
But what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance wasn't the only thing affected. Most of her memories were lost to the blaze as well.
I have to remember, she was saying I have to open the window again. That's because she was staring at the moon the whole time. Oh my god. Remember, she's like, oh, I have to open the window. I have to open the window again. Look at the moon. That's why she's looking at the moon. She did that with the Knave all the time. It's dinner time, right? If you were in the House of the Heart, you'd have a specific dinner time. I better check on the clothes. You'd have chores. Frick, man.
Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self. Lose 10 years' worth, however, and it would be like living in the past. Like returning to a version of yourself that never grew up.
Which again is another the stuff that these two gals have gone through.
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking to her.
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clervie is someone trapped in time. It may seem like she exists with us in the present, but she truly lives in the confines of her own past.
I didn't think she was trapped, but I did think that she was talking to us like she was from a different time for sure.
So if all of that is true, then you must have known about Clervie for a long time.
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable entity. Sometimes she would look after the children. She's even saved some of their lives.
We know about this, actually. We know about this for sure.
But other times, she would hide from me and become obsessed with revealing the truth about the house to anyone who will listen.
So she's still trying to expose the House of the Hearth.
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time. Your attempts to expose Clervie to sunlight, they failed.
Yes.
The reason is actually quite simple. In Clervie's mind, the house is impossible to escape. And it is this very perception that traps her there.
It's literally just like if I'm getting this right as well, like, so she's saying because shadows don't have the capacity to grow or learn. So any type of new information we're giving to her, she's like, okay, like this is not, it's not coming in. It's forgotten about very quickly afterwards. So she's staying in that one time, trapped in time, as she said. And instead, talk about the sunlight as well. The house is impossible to escape. So because she knows that she could never escape the house, she tried. She sees the sunlight as this like distant thing that she can't even enter, because the sunlight, if she escaped the house, then no longer would she just have to stare at the soothing moonlight. She would be able to stare at the sun as well.
But no matter. All I have to do is kill her
Jesus.
again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this time.
So that's genuine what you're thinking of doing?
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gone, but isn't there another way? So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her
Yeah. And like, of course, Paimon's like, I'm torn up about this as well, because I feel so bad for these two girls, so bad.
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. She's had quite the effect on them. I hope you understand. The difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them. Upholding the rules without question is a trait we both share, because that is how a household should be run.
Yeah, but I know you're better than Crucibina. I know you are. I know you're miles better.
Is this really
Zach.
what you want to do?
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye
Oh
at
my
least?
god.
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs. Anger and
So she's
sorrow.
avoiding her emotions.
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by nightfall.
What are you? This is insane. This is incredible and insane.
I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I gave your friends
You
quite
did?
a bit more time. As for what happens now, we'll just have to wait and see.
I'm blown away. This music. So literally by nightfall, they're gonna bring them here.
Here they are, Father.
Oh my god, and Linian, there's Clervie, there's Linian. I can't even speak. I can't even speak.
You gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would actually be a first
False!
for me.
That's not good. False.
Lenny!
Clervie.
I'm sorry. I heard about how you
No,
helped
no,
buy
no,
us
no,
more
no,
time,
no, 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 please, please do not be sorry.
But I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
Oh, look at the three of them together as well. You can tell that they're so sad about this.
Huh? Are you...
Oh,
Harry?
this is gonna kill me.
Indeed, it's been a while, Clervie.
And she says indeed. Again, she's trying, she avoids her emotions like the plague.
Harry!
Oh no, stop. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first, I believe certain scores need settling.
Oh, dear Lord. Wait. Wait. Wait.
Father, let me explain.
Oh, no. And there's such a shakiness to his voice for someone who's so confident constantly. He's so confident all the
Out of my
time.
way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be
Dear Lord. Oh,
punished.
my God.
Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns
The other
are
two.
the traitors among us.
By traitors? Do you mean us?
Yeah, these two guys we met earlier. That we actually thought had their heads screwed on quite well. You know what I mean? We actually did.
Father, let me explain.
No,
We
there's
didn't
no...
mean to-
I don't think... No.
Fultz, why don't you share what
The
you
kid?
heard?
Yes, Father. Secret Midnight Meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoy, Sato, Toddy.
She has ears everywhere.
Nantoy clearly said, if only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Sato added, I'm sick of this life. I just want to live as a normal person. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things about Father.
And this is them is like the equivalent, like, well, there's no real life equivalent really to this. I'm just like, usually I have equivalency and like try to like compare to something. What can you compare it to? Because you can't compare it to like a real, like, it's a real family to an extent, but they take it farther, right? This is like, to them, blood is thicker than, like, blood is thicker than steel. Blood is thicker than a tree. It's not thicker than water. It's thicker than a tree to them. It's not even real, you know, like they're metaphorical blood.
I did not! You're lying! Fultz is trying to frame us.
I don't think she's gonna buy that. I do not think she's gonna buy that at all.
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clervie. You were using all those things Clervie brought up as an excuse to question Father. We're birds locked in a cage.
What
the
the
only
hell?
way out is to destroy it. That's what you said, wasn't
This
it?
kid is animated. This kid is animated.
You little. You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressing?
The adults seem pretty torn up about this.
Let's hear it then. What's your reason for all this?
The kids don't seem to understand as well so far yet.
You're wrong, Filial.
Fult's doing all the talking here.
We don't want you to die. You're our family.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case. So why? Why have you backed us into a corner?
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we do, Filial.
This kid's doing a full speech.
A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That kind of thing is hard to
This-
forget.
I don't even know what I'm watching anymore. I am feeling so many tense emotions right now.
That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of the things you talked about really crossed the line.
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, The move to Poisson was just a way to make it easier to
No
spy on us, wasn't it?
way.
Because we were all in one place. You've had this planned all along.
That was... So that's why they brought him here. There's so many twists and turns in this. Like, of course there is, because it's a very secret, like, organization that keeps everything close to the chest.
Filial, Nantoy, I'm sorry. I owe you both my life. I owe Clervie too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, I wouldn't be standing here today.
Yep, you'd be dead.
If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness, even if it cost me my life. But rules are rules. I'm sorry. My hands are tied.
Why?
Oh my god, this is so hard to even think about what's gonna happen here.
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake, and we should own up to it. We broke the rules, plain and simple. And now we have to face the consequences.
Can you guys tell me how you guys felt during this? Because, like, I feel sick. I feel so sick.
I'm sorry, Chapleau. Fultz. I'm sorry, Father. We accept our punishment.
This is so dark.
Chapleau, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth, how should these traitors be punished?
All those who betray the house pay with their lives.
A chill just came over me. I am...
And so it shall be.
Holy hell. This is so dark. I want to cry. I'm getting I can feel this. I'm getting choked.
Please wait.
Linny.
Something you want to say, Linny?
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did, does it really count as betrayal? We all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more than to make it a real home.
Oh my god. I want to go one Genshin episode without feeling so sad. Especially what all Linny and Lynette went through as well, what everyone went through.
But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look like. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. Killing Filial and the others may uphold the rules, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family than we've ever been.
And it's like so sad to hear this tone from Linny. Because we're so used to him being like so confident and flamboyant. It's so difficult to hear him talking like this.
So please, Father, please reconsider.
I agree with Linny.
Oh, Lynette.
Father, please.
And Freminet, of course. The three of them are going to stick together. And they understand how each other feel as well.
Linny, you...
I also agree with Linny.
That's 4 house members.
An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose we shall have to go about this a different way.
What?
Draw your weapons.
What is this
And
freaking
face
story
me.
quest?
Our weapons?
You can't do that to them.
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the house will not be altered. Traitors must be punished.
No. You can't make them do this.
However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
Oh, is this actually going to happen? The 3 of them versus the knave.
Wait. Bede. Father in a duel?
Look at again, these are 3 characters who like are so themselves. And like when they are like faced with their father, you can see their hearts beating out of their chest. You can see it. You can hear it in their voice.
Impossible. Father is way too strong. Even for
Holy
living.
hell. Linny. He picked... No way. Don't. Oh my god. Oh my god. The three of them.
Did you hear that, Traveler?
Yeah, I heard it. I heard it. Did you see the three of them together?
Letting the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win something like that?
Yes, we'll join in. We'll help. We'll help.
If they lose,
We'll
those
help.
people from the house are really going to be executed. Hey, are you listening?
We'll help. Is actually really what she wants? I don't think. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's like there's no way she wants to kill those.
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver.
Back then, she never actually answered my question. Yeah, she didn't say yes or no. But that makes the answer pretty obvious, doesn't it? She does want to say goodbye, but she has to avoid her feelings. This is an incredible quest.
Oh. Looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this. Guess that means there's no chance she's throwing the duel on purpose, huh?
There's no way the knave will lose on purpose, although...
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate.
What are they going to use for this one now?
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation. And lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
I was just saying that we'd help them, but we actually are going to help? She meant lend their help to them. That's what she meant.
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Oh my god, she meant help them. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'd like to see myself at the fourth of the Fatui Harbor. We're gonna fight a Harbinger with the trio. Oh, I was like I was just saying it. Let's help them. We'll help them. But that's what she meant. She meant lend them your strength.
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
This is incredible. This whole story quest has been incredible. But that's okay.
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all.
Christ. This is insane.
All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon and
What are
give
you
it
doing?
your all. Any less. And you may just lose your life.
Look at this scene. We're fighting against... Oh my god. I'm dying. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, where's Lily and Lynette? Hey. Oh my god, she's walking slowly. No, my god, oh my god. The music.
Why the
I'm turning up.
hesitation?
Sorry if there's an echo.
With
And voila. Was that Linny helping us? Do you hear the song?
Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
No, I'm trying to listen to the full song. I'm sorry, I know it's so bad.
Are you alright?
Oh my god. They are doing a bit of damage to her.
Rising flames.
Oh my god.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Ring cutter. No, my sword.
Getting here.
Now that's no like it.
Now, obviously, it's fire against fire, so obviously, you know, but like, guys, there's no way that I could have known we were gonna fight against the knave. You know what I mean?
Closer now.
This music is incredible. Holy hell.
And voila.
Gammon isn't gonna be a crazy amount of use in this battle, but this music is stunning.
Destruction shall rise.
No.
Spare your energy. Running is a little. We go.
I am in awe. The one-winged Arlecchino.
Witness the power of
Arlecchino.
Is it my turn now?
Oz. Oh, what is that? What is this battle? This is insane. What did you just draw on the ground? I have chills all over my back right now.
Is it my turn now? Let's light it up!
This song is stunning.
Rain outlines your fate.
Oh, I was just gonna have to carry this team right now.
Let me weave you a verse.
This is an incredible track. Voila.
Like a fly tangled in a web. No, my sword.
Literally like a web. That looks so disgusting. It almost looks like blood.
Could it break?
Benny!
Over here.
He stood there and just got, like, understandably trashed.
By royal decree.
This Harvard, she's so cool and calculated. Her moveset is calculated.
Look at you. Trapped like a bunch of helpless.
No. Everything she's doing is like her personality in this battle. You know what I mean? Everything she's doing is her personality in this battle.
I have to draw my blade.
Is it my turn now?
No, it's not your turn. No, just give me a turn. This is turn-based.
Time
Please.
to act closer now.
This is.
Let's light it up.
How come the Harbinger, like, and I think you guys would agree, the Harbinger, I don't know why I switched to Gammon, it's not going to do as much good. Oh god. The Harbinger battles in these games are like on a different level. They're on a different world.
I summon thee.
No, my sword.
Are you alright?
Oh my god, we got, okay. Okay. What is happening to this guy? Does she have 2 wings now? She does. What is that? Oh, okay, she's so powerful. Are you kidding me? What is that? Oh my, Cinder of the Two Worlds. Holy, look at that design. The black looks so sick on you. We have to fight her still? It's not over? Oh, Jesus Christ. This is incredible.
Time to all that remains. Let's light it up.
She's 2 sites now. The Harbinger battles
Reveal thyself.
are they're so second to freaking like none. Like, here's the thing, there's so many amazing boss battles in these games. We fought the Narwhal, incredible, right? We fought Osisis, incredible. But there's like something about like a Harbinger battle that just like, it's like they set them up perfectly. They don't play around with them. They understand that these battles have to be like this.
Now's our chance.
Oh, he just died there. Yeah, I should have. Oh my god!
Your punishment made
No punishments.
Royal decree.
Holy hell, we're getting trashed. And now we lost Fischl. This team was definitely not perfect for this battle.
Watch out for Father's movements! Look out!
Okay, thank you so much, guys. What is this track?
The sun and moon have
This
set.
track! This freaking track! What the? Oh my god! I'm done. I'm donezo. I'm donezo. This, we might fail just like we did with
Now's our chance!
just like we did with this. Remember when we lost as well to if you guys remember, we lost our fight to Signora as well. This might be that.
Time to act.
This track. I'm in awe. I'm in so much awe.
Watch out for Father's movements!
Oh god, no. Wait, what? Did I get her down to enough? Did I do enough? No, it's just only... Dragging the sword in the ground. She just cut arrows in half. Freminet! He blocked the freaking sword.
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Oh no, guys, move. Please move. Please move. Oh, freaking. I just got them.
Oh, I know.
I know. This is so well. They had it planned. Look at the 3 of them. This is so well directed, it's insane. It's insane. Oh my freaking god! What the hell is this?
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
This is insane! They just made her the coolest freaking character ever. I don't have a party to... Oh, she's trapped everyone. This is the most... like, I say this all the time, but this is literally like one of the greatest cutscenes. Holy hell, they're like, look how much fear there is. Come on, holy sword. Still blocking, but she's still just walking slowly.
Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
Oh my god. What is she doing? What did she do?
A crimson moon?
No. Wait. Wait, what?
I can't.
Wait. What are you doing? She's trying to grab us or grab one? Okay, okay. Wait, the
Still,
crimson.
Not strong enough to beat me.
Very clear. Very clear that's the case. That was... I'm in shock. My mouth is like wide open.
I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all.
The Crimson Moon...
want things to get too out of hand.
This whole thing was... The Crimson Moon is to do with the cataclysm, right? Am I right in saying that? It's like the colors that Lumine was running past in that scene. I am nearly 800 hours into Genshin. How is it that my mind is still being blown this freaking hard by cutscenes in this game? How? My heart is pounding. My body is tingling. We just witnessed one of the greatest things that I've ever seen in Genshin. Easily. Easily. I don't even know how I'm supposed to move on past all that. And that music as well, the set pieces, the battle itself. We got destroyed, and she told us we got destroyed. We got destroyed. And the three of those in the back, they fought so freaking hard. They had so many cool scenes. Insane.
Brother, are you alright?
Everyone got slapped around the place by this Harbinger. Vaughn was powerful. Child was powerful. Signora was powerful. Right? They were all scary. Every one of them were scary when we fought them. Of course they were. They had this immense power that was insane just by themselves. This is Arlecchino. This is the Knave. This is the Knave fighting 4 vision wielders at one time. And handing our butts to us. And choosing to stop the fight when she wants to stop the fight. This put the Harbingers into such a different perspective, because I knew they were powerful. I knew they were tough. I knew they were destructive. I knew what they could do. I knew how powerful. We fought 3 so far. I knew how powerful they were. And now here I am again, entering a new fear in this game. I have a newfound fear for the Harbingers. Terrified. Terrified I am.
Lenny.
Holy hell.
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, The punishment stands.
No!
How is she able to do the Crimson Moon thing, right? That is the Cataclysm, right? That's the only thing I can recognize from her, right? The Cataclysm?
I never thought things would end like this.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination.
Yeah?
In light of this,
Oh, no.
I'm prepared to change the method of execution.
Are you serious?
Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
What's that mean?
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them super safe. I didn't lose a single one.
Wonderful. Then, in just a moment, I'll have you administer.
What does this even mean? What does it even mean?
Bottled flames?
My stomach is in bits.
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved.
Okay.
Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will be burned away.
So they won't No. No, that's what happened to the executed. They didn't get executed, of course. This is what we were getting onto. They didn't get executed. They were given new lives in Fontaine. That's what... Or at least not given, but they were allowed to live lives in Fontaine. That's the guy with the scar. He was going around selling papers. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. He was selling papers. He didn't get executed. His memories were erased. That's why he wasn't afraid of the knave.
If you can withstand the pain, when you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth, and will be expelled from the
I thought he was talking to Lynn and Lynette here.
In other words, administering this concoction will kill
And
the
Freminet,
version of
the
you
trio.
that grew up in the house, and give you a new identity.
This is... The young man that I thought looked familiar in the newspapers. Yes, he must be the same, or that he saw the list of execution. He wasn't killed at all. That must be the deal. That must be the deal that she made with Neuvillette. The rivers to go off in a different direction. Holy freaking hell.
Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self.
I'm stunned. I'm stunned. The pieces all come together. Now my understanding the knave is right. She really thinks that dad is killing him. The horror that lived in the house of heart is dead. And the one that remains simply is a normal person living his life with his beloved. Oh my. This is one of the most incredible quests. I can't believe I'm crying. Like, ever. This is I don't want to rank them now because you know what I mean? Like, it's so difficult to do it in the moment. But I think, like, when we catch up, there's no doubt this is going to be top 3 easily, right? There's no doubt about it. Oh my god, look at his smile as well. Even so, it's much better than actually entering. Oh, it's miles better. They get to forget all the freaking stuff that they want to forget. And they get to freaking be, like, normal parts of society as well, what they want.
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend to just let you go, because the person who survives will be nothing but a stranger.
Yeah, it's not them anymore. And she bought the papers from him. Because, like, you know, she's hiding her emotions, but that's such, like, a sweet, like, thing to do though as well. You know, it's like it's a tiny little gesture.
Even so,
Oh,
I won't have to live in fear anymore.
this is a perfect story. I feel so bad for these characters though. I'm so glad they're gonna get an avenue out of this.
I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry, Filial. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Don't let yourself be controlled by your emotions.
Oh my god, I know what I like. Jesus Christ, though. I think she, like, I understand the rules. She's earned a cry. She's earned 10 cries. She thought she was gonna freaking die.
Of course. I'll remember.
No, you won't.
Dry your tears and go pursue the life you really want.
Oh my god, this story was perfect.
Yes, Father.
Not in terms of, like, everything happened, like, oh, it's good what happened, you know what I mean? Because there was a lot of sad things. I mean, perfect in terms of writing, in terms of connection, in terms of piecing everything together. This was so impressive to me.
Chaplot, Foltz, Elwar. Take them back to Poisson. And bring Linny and the others as well. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, the choice
Oh
is
my
yours.
god, she's asking them if they want to leave as well.
Goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your
This
father.
is so, like, overwhelming. It's so overwhelming.
Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
Why? I have such a connection to this Fatui, like, adjacent organization now. I'm, like, in tears.
Father.
Let's go.
That's the last time you call her father.
Here, grab my arm, Linny. I'll help you walk back.
This is so overwhelming.
Thank you.
Oh, Lenny. This is so overwhelming. And then you as well.
Clervie.
I'm just sitting
Can
down at
we
her
talk
freaking
now?
desk.
I've been waiting for a super long time.
There's no way those three House to Hearth kids are gonna leave the House to Hearth. It's not gonna happen, guys.
You really are Perry, aren't you?
Oh my
I
god.
haven't seen you in so long. How come you're all grown up?
That must be so hard.
Wait, did I somehow travel to the future on accident? Or am I dreaming? What a long dream.
It must be so confusing for her as well. Must be, of course it is. Of course it's confusing.
Neither. You died, Clervie. That's what happened.
She wasn't gonna sugarcoat it.
She's speechless.
If this is Clervie's younger self, then I would say she probably had enough lies. Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, having honesty is probably very refreshing.
Huh? That's it? You accepted it just like that? Yep. If that's what Perry says happened, then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me.
Oh.
Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. If you're a harbinger now, Perry, that means Mother is gone, isn't she? Can you tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her. And to me.
She's gonna tell her the story as well.
You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. You wanted to see the aurora, so one night we promised each other we would go to Snezhnaya to see it together. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make an example of you by slowly torturing you over time. That way, the other children would know what happens
horrible.
to traitors.
A horrible mother. More than horrible. I don't care what anyone says. Evil.
Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an ultimate victor among the children she raised. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. Your efforts may have only delayed the inevitable, but still. You gave them hope. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina, and you never turned it on me. On that gloomy day, you told me, "For the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess is the freedom to choose to die."
She said you could never leave. You could never leave, and you knew this.
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down.
And Arlecchino, I'm so sorry. And Arlecchino then like makes the House of Hearth possible to leave. She not only that, but you can live your own life. Almost like in honor of Clervie. I'm not going to say it's going to be honoring Clervie because I don't know that for sure, but like it feels like all those people are living on for Clervie. They're getting to live their dreams, live their life.
But somehow, I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, only one of us was going to make it until the end.
What the hell?
I always hoped that person would be you.
I'm so overwhelmed right now by all of this. There's so much.
If I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice. Even when I first met you, I knew you'd be able to do what I couldn't.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth, and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. The freedom to choose their own fate.
Yes, you said at the river, you said as long as they get to a destination.
It's something I discussed with the Iudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they will be allowed to live a normal life in Fontaine without being prosecuted for their past.
Like, it's like, just because, like, it's so weird to, like, to fight a Harbinger, to have all this, and then at the end of this feels so much respect instantly. You know what I mean? For her after this, you know what I mean? We already like respected like a lot, you know, we already respected Harbingers, you know what I mean? But like this was a situation where we went from like our people being tortured or people being handed over to the Tory to seeing like this. She's made a whole new world for it. Like she said, the water's no longer tainted. I'm just so amazed and impressed.
Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy of it. Only freedom that is earned has true value.
That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was fighting
Jesus,
for.
what the hell? Every time I stop getting upset, and then they say something else, and I just get right back into it.
You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing king, and a really good father, too.
Imagine hearing this from Clervie as well.
I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps they
that's so beautiful.
would be willing to tell you what the outside world is like.
That's so beautiful.
Really?
Oh, anytime.
Of course! We've traveled all over the place. We've got so many stories, we could probably talk your ears off for 3 days straight.
There's more than 3. To tell the full story we've been through so far, I think it would take, like, weeks. Oh my god, is this a choice? Or do we... Well, freedom, right?
You know, I used to dream of being
Yeah?
a bard. Playing the lute while singing into the winds of freedom. Even if there was no one there to listen, I would have continued to sing no matter what.
You would have loved Venti. We're talking about all these nations.
Ah, that's where Mora comes from. I never knew that before. If I had some Mora, I would buy 3 new dresses. One for me, one for Perry, and one for Mother.
She's still stuck in that time where her mother is still revered by her.
It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother, she probably wouldn't accept something like that either.
Well,
I guess
that's not
I
your
just
fault.
had to keep them all for me then. I could wear a different one every day.
Yeah, that's awesome. Talk about the land of Electro, the nation of eternity. Yeah.
Those yokai you mentioned, what do they look like? I once saw a drawing of this one guy with horns on his head and a super scary face.
Yeah.
Are there any yokai like
Yes,
that?
we have Onis. We have Onis, but our one is beautiful. Our one is gorgeous. We also have like another beautiful yokai as well. In well, two unbelievably like amazing yokai as well. Karada and Yaimiko as well as another 2 that come to mind.
Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni. Yep, we've met one, and let Paimon tell you, they're not nearly as scary as they.
Yeah, yokai that we found so far tend to be all very lovely. I don't have a fear of them, I would say. Talk about the Dendro Nation of Wisdom.
I was always too afraid to skip Mother's fighting lessons. But at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts of secret things in class. Things that have nothing to do with studying. I'm just kidding. Being able to study whatever you want without having to fear for your life actually sounds pretty great. The situation was super dangerous.
Oh my god, they're talking about
accused of committing a crime.
Fontaine.
And they were going to have to stand trial at the Opera Epicles. Oh no, that must have been hard for all of you. What happened next? Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around super quickly. Thanks to Detective Paimon, of course.
Oh, Paimon breaking this out as well, like I needed this right now myself.
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me.
She's so, like, impressionable.
Okay, so it was like this. After the failed magic show,
Look
we
at
rushed to
Paimon.
the scene and...
And Paimon loves telling a story. Look at this. Clervie listened to and telling Paimon's story about the time of Fontaine. She seems really happy, like all her troubles have been forgotten. And this is why Paimon's freaking MVP, right? She has such a care for people, such a love for people. The first time she's ever been truly able to relax, but I'm not sure how long this moment can last exactly.
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time.
So she'll forget about this. As time passes, she'll probably forget everything we told her and go back to being that scared little girl who could only hide in the shadows. I was so busy thinking I almost didn't notice the sun has risen. Oh no. Oh, here it comes.
Clervie, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth.
This is going to be devastating,
Now,
isn't it?
By my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth.
That's what she
You
wanted.
are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave?
This is so freaking...
I get to experience the outside world as well?
No. No, Claire.
I almost forgot.
Yeah.
There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy.
Oh, stop.
Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
I'm devastated. Holy crap. What the hell?
Clervie.
I thought this was gonna have a very dark ending. I didn't expect from the Arlecchino story quest to be so like uplifting and sad and emotional.
She left so soon. Freminet didn't even get to finish her story.
I know.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid.
Yeah. I need like a minute. Just a minute. I really do.
I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures.
I can't catch a breath
But
right
the
now.
Shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye. Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Oh, and there's the gang as well.
Father?
Such a beautiful story. So sad. It's so brutal. It's so dark. It is dark. It is a dark story. It is, but it's just so. I didn't expect it to be as like.
Hey,
Lenny! Like this. Lenny.
what is he doing back here? Let's go check it out.
Is he maybe afraid to come over here? I'm not gonna even apologize this time for sniffling into the mic, guys. And she's staring at where she was standing. Nobody should have had to gone through that whatsoever.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered. Filial and the others have left the house.
And you? What have you decided?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But we never wanted to leave the house. It's the only home we've ever known.
Of course, I could sense that. I could, of course, sense that.
Lynette and Freminet feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the Hotel Bouffe d'été. But I decided to come back and tell you where we stood.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house.
What?
Yet you seem to have different ideas.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna fit.
I must admit, I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life. Leading this organization is a heavy responsibility. One not so easily carried by someone forced onto the throne.
I just never understood what you saw in me. What made you believe I was deserving of that throne?
You're brave.
Yes.
Talented.
Yes.
And, most importantly, you cherish your family.
I need a break. I need a break for this. It's so true, though.
You would do anything to protect them. Even if it costs you your life.
He literally risked his own life to fight Rio at the time, too.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny.
Yeah.
It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince Father to back down.
And all it usually takes is one person.
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero? Father is the real hero.
Everyone can be a hero.
Had Father gone all out during the duel,
Oh, yeah.
there's no way I would have walked away with
We
my
were all
life.
dead. I was dead, too.
She must have had it all planned from the beginning. From the very moment she suggested it.
She's so big on the idea of independence for the children of the house that she like literally led them to their own decision, the decision they wanted to make.
I'm not deserving of that title. I'm not strong enough or smart enough.
But you're amazing.
You're wrong.
Look at this praise he's getting.
In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act on it. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction.
Yeah.
What you truly lack is strength. For someone of your talent, though, that's something that will come with time.
I love, this is such an amazing thing that Linny is going to become the head of the House of the Hearth. It's going to have such a different ideal as well, I feel like.
Even
It changes every time there's a new leader.
You still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you. That capacity to honor your convictions is what I truly see in you.
Father.
Oh, Linny, you deserve all the praise in the world.
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being at the head of this organization requires the strength of will to face whatever comes. Caution will only hold you back. If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was still a considerable gap between our abilities. Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never be worthy of the
And you
throne.
stood up to the knave.
I understand, Father. Thank you.
This is like such a badge of respect from the knave to Linny. It's incredible.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can a family continue to flourish.
You are way better than the last head of the house.
The road ahead is not an easy one, so I'll ask you one last time. Are you certain you want to stay?
You've done so much for me, Father.
This music's
That
beautiful.
kindness must be repaid.
Stunning.
Plus, with Project Stuja at hand, there are many dangers
Oh, that
ahead,
project.
and I, for one, don't intend to back down.
Look at this this is conviction. This is the conviction she was talking about.
Protecting my family at all costs. That's my conviction.
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly businessmen and heartless dignitaries try to take us down, I'm prepared to teach them a lesson.
That means so much to me. That's like basically their father being like, hey, if anyone touches us, I'm still going to try and kill them.
Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need only wait for our prey
Oh, and they
to
showed the
come to
web
us.
as well. And she did that in her moveset as well.
At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage.
Yes?
In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded,
what?
and no sacrifice shall be
So is that
in
not to
vain.
do with the Cataclysm? Or is that something that, because it reminded me of the Cataclysm?
As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or
Friend.
foe, I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this moment.
Friend. I could never hurt my friend's father.
No matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both reach our desired destination.
Wait until 2 days later. Incredible. This whole thing was incredible. And she's talking about that project, and she's saying that, like, she's willing to counter it. And not only that, if she needs to, and not only that, she's going to bring the Crimson Moon, rise it above the frigid waves. Is that saying that, like, if someone does hurt her in the heart, is she going to, like, raise that Crimson Moon? And frickin' destroy
We go.
anyone who tries to, like, who dares to, like, try and hurt the house? Is that what she's saying? Or, like, hi everyone, it's Calm for the Future, and let's talk about the Crimson Moon just for a second and my interpretation of it. In this video, I believe I said earlier that, like, the colors of, like, crimson red always, like, associated with the Cataclysm, which I don't think is unfair at all. But something, like, I didn't even make the connection of was that Lumine in that scene, in that trailer, she's running past something that looks to be like a moon. So obviously in my head, I definitely associated that with that. Like, red is definitely, to me, like, I was even talking to people about it, how, like, red equals Cataclysm to me sometimes, crimson red. And I think that's actually, like, a really cool, like, association in my head where it's like, oh, red Cataclysm, red Cataclysm. But, like, it's so interesting to me, like, that's where I've gotten to with that. Because there's also another thing that looks similar to a Crimson Moon that I didn't even, like, remember or associate with it, which was in the Raiden Shogun's plane, where you fight them, the boss battle where you see them, they also have what looks to be, it's a different tone of crimson, but it is a kind of like a red moon as well. Now, I'm not going to get into the lore implications of all this because that might not even be like totally associated. It might be something that's completely different. But I just want to make sure that people know, I know that there was like something similar in Lumine's video and something similar in the Raiden Shogun's boss battle arena. But I'm also not going to go into the lore implications too much because I don't know. That's the thing, I just don't know. I don't know enough yet. Which is, it's not unfortunate because I guess, that's Genshin. We get things piece by piece. It's almost like a jigsaw, and eventually it's going to be all put together. But yeah, that's definitely, like, in my head, I'm always like, Crimson Red, Cataclysm. I always have that. I see that in my head all the time, by the way, because so many lore videos use it. So many, like, fan videos use it. So many, like, fan animations use it. The idea of Lumine running through the Cataclysm. But again, I never, like, in my head was said, that's a moon, right? Never once. Even in the original trailer, I don't think you'd even hear me say, like, oh, that's like the reaction to the trailer. I'm not like, oh, that's a moon, But now, like, looking back, it's like, oh, yeah, I guess that would be like a moon. I thought it was just like maybe like, I don't know, like all of it was just like a side effect of the Cataclysm. But it's so interesting looking back now because I went back to that Roma Reacts from April and watched it. And I was like, oh my God, that's so freaking cool. It feels like so long ago, but it actually, like, I guess it is months ago. It's months and months ago. Yeah. But that's basically what I know about, like, this now. I don't know a whole lot about the Crimson Moon at all. Has been such an incredible time. Like, I feel like the Crimson Moon stuff is going to be playing on my mind for quite a bit. But all this stuff has been incredible. Like, that whole conversation with Linny as well. Like, the reason why I was like, Linny, like, I think I agree with the name. It's like every single time that the new House of the Hearth member becomes a new leader, there's like a new regime, right? And or something like that, like as what we've seen so far.
Didn't Linny say that Lynette and Freminet were recovering at the Hotel Bouffe d'été? Oh, Paimon wonders how they're doing. Maybe we should go check on
I'm up for it. I'm so up for it. Let's check out here. Yeah, incredible. And I feel like that, like, if that is, like, because at first I thought she was using she was able to harness the power of, like, the Cataclysm. Oh my God, 2 people dead. Look at this. I refuse to have official unconscious like this. I'm sorry, guys. I refuse. The thing is, this team here, I thought this team would have been safe as well because I didn't know we were going to be fighting the Knave. I thought that, like, we would fight alongside them maybe or use them in a trial or something like that. There's no, I did not know that was going to happen. Like, I was like that's why I had a fire guy with me because I was like, okay, then, like, whatever they're fighting would probably be strong against fire. I didn't even think of that really, but, like, what I was more thinking about was just, like, I won't need to fight a fire, enemy probably.
Lynette, Freminet, how are you feeling?
Much better.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're feeling much better.
Whew, what a relief.
What about you? Are you feeling all right?
I'm right as rain.
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand, well, we've been bedridden for 2 days.
Are you kidding me?
I couldn't even turn over.
You poor thing. And honestly though, like, is that like you're acting like you're not tough or anything? Like, you still came out of this like so okay, and you defended. You, Freminet, stood in front of your brother and sister with that sword in hand, and you. Yes, the fight was going to be over anyway. You prolonged it.
Oh, and I wanted to ask, is Clervie gone?
And this whole mission started because this sweetheart wanted to help her.
Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a spirit roaming the house.
We bid her farewell under the blanket of sunlight. That's a beautiful way of putting it, isn't it?
I see.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful way of putting it.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crucibina and Clervie. Actually, I've met Crucibina before.
Yeah?
Wait, what? You've met the former Knave?
Like, how?
Crucibina died a year after Clervie. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined the House of the Hearth.
Oh, so you were there in the old regime for a while.
Crucibina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing things. While she was alive, The atmosphere in the house was suffocating.
I can imagine.
When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end, and all the people involved, dead and injured alike, were gone. Crucibina never talked about the past with us newcomers.
So they didn't really have like a full viewpoint on this.
A couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crucibina and burned all her files. With that, the names of all the people subjected to her experiments, Clervie included, were lost to the flames, along with the painful memories they represented.
So she made an effort to kind of get rid of her entirely, to get rid of the stain, to get rid of the tainted water.
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after that, but she never mentioned anything about Crucibina or Clervie.
Isn't that amazing that Freminet is like, even though he's like the younger sibling, is still like the older sibling of like the experience in the House of the Hearth by a few months.
It really seems like something she was planning to keep to herself. The last time you talked to her, did she mention why she kept it a secret for so long?
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness.
I can imagine,
of the
yeah,
past.
no, exactly.
She was worried we'd develop a false sense of gratitude towards her if we knew
Wow.
about it. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence. Whatever happened in the past, it has nothing to do with who we are now. And that's what Father told us in the end.
But I still thanked her for everything.
Yeah.
It was only after hearing about what Crucibina did that I finally realized how insignificant our lives could have been. The members of the house meant nothing to her. To say that she valued them in any way, even just as a tool, would probably be giving her too much credit.
Yeah, and what, and I said this before, but like, what like especially with that kid who like killed the animals, he's in a way worse place if he got adopted by the old one, by Crucibina.
If Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth, I probably would have already...
Don't think about that. Do not.
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that being indebted to her should be what ties us
They're
together.
just making the Knave seem to be the greatest thing of all time. You know, the greatest person of all time.
Even if we didn't owe her anything, we would still choose to stay. Because this is our home.
Beautiful.
We may have arguments or times when we feel wronged. Some people may even choose to leave. But as long as Father is here, we will always have a home.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow, we'll follow Father wherever she chooses to go.
We already knew that they were so indebted and so like they loved their father, but this just like puts a whole new weight onto it. You can understand so much as to why like their lives would be over. Like we already knew that with the stuff with what happened to Lynette, which is already horrible. For Freminet, like as well in this sense, like their lives would be gone if they joined with Crucibina. They'd be gone.
So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis. Without your help, we could have lost a lot more along the way.
If you ever need anything again, I'm here.
Oh, we didn't do anything, really.
Just invite us back as guests and we can call it even, yeah?
Of course. You're welcome anytime.
Oh, and him being, he's taking so much charge, right? After, like, he, again, taking charge of your own destiny.
Are Filial and Nantoy okay?
They're probably just living their lives now, right?
I actually saw them at a cafe this
Oh my
morning.
god.
They didn't recognize me.
Of course.
From what I could tell, they were drinking coffee and talking about one of the operas that started running recently. They seemed happy. If I had to take a guess, I would say they finally found the kind of life they always wished
Beautiful. And that's it. Oh my god, this is an all-timer. This is an all-timer, fantastic, superb quest. This is what you call an all-timer quest.
We go.
There's so much like I talked about all of this as I went along with the story, right? I talked about everything. But to really just say like how I feel about this was one of the most overwhelming quests I've ever played in this game. Emotionally draining and overwhelming. There were so many tears. Every time it stopped, it started again. The conversation with Linny helped so much because by the end of it, I was like, okay, like everything's going to be okay for these guys. I know everything's going to be okay for these guys. And it really made me feel so much better about absolutely everything. The new perception we have of the Knave, that the Knave saved. So again, right, it's a harbinger. We can't deny that. But they saved everything that went on. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad they weren't working with the Doctor, by the way. Because I knew for a fact that like anyone who worked with the Doctor, like you're freaking bad. Like, why would you do that? Or you're being manipulated as some others were as well. Like as Vaughn. Vaughn was being manipulated. Incredible boss fight. Just the setting, the personality that was weaved through the motions and the attack patterns. The cutscene itself that came after that was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen in my life as well. Having like a battle that like was like so well choreographed and it was so amazing to look at. Every single moment was just shocking and stunning and beautiful. We saw that crimson moon, which I related to the Cataclysm just because of the imagery of the Cataclysm. But like, I wonder if it is like the power of like with the Cataclysm or something like that, and that can be used to stop. If I got that right, to use this, if anything happens to House of Heart, she will use that or rise that up against in the frigid cold, as you said, the frigid, the thunder, the cold or whatever. Insane looking as well. She destroyed us, but she did it for a reason. She needed us to learn, needed us to fight back, and needed us to fight for Linny and Lynette and Freminet to fight for their fellow family's freedom. And in that, she learned that Linny could be a leader of the House of Heart as well. We saw everything that goes on behind the scenes that we don't get to see often in life, you know what I mean? Because like, you don't know what anyone else is going through, what anyone else is living their lives through. And with Arlecchino, the Knave, the diplomat stuff with Neuvillette, as a way to like agree to let the former, and we kind of got that idea from the river, the lake bed or whatever, the ocean analogy. But she's like, it doesn't matter where they end up as long as they end up somewhere good. The executions that happened weren't actually executions. The mother was someone different from the father. Choosing the opposite name as well of the father is such an incredible thing to do as well. It's so incredible. And like, I really think that those kids who were abandoned, those kids who were wronged, like for example with Lynette, who went through one of the most traumatic experiences of all you could ever say. Freminet, who like truly believes they would be dead at this stage without the Knave. Lynette and Linny would be in a horrible place too. What the Knave did for them, I would be indebted to the Knave for the rest of my life as well. But there's also the side that we also see where there's a caring side, a supportive side, a side that can back you up. The Knave in this case is promoting Linny. And let's get this straight. There's nothing about this world that is truly healthy in Genshin. The friendships are healthy, the love we have for other people is healthy, but a lot of these battles are going to tear apart our mind by the end of this. And I'm not just talking about the battles with the Fatui, I'm talking about every single thing we go through in every story quest. Look at what Navia has gone through, look at what Freminet has gone through, look at what, even like back in Sumeru, what characters like Tighnari had to go through with his past. Every single time we do a story quest, we see what this world is doing to people. People can deny it to the end of days. Genshin is a world of a lot of violence. It is. There's a lot of violence in Genshin, and that's just what the world is. It's like the real world. There's a lot of violence. And what the Knave did for Linny there was give him support in the way that she can, which is you are strong. You're not the strongest yet, but you have convictions. You care about the people around you. Being honest with them and saying this is what you have, and this is why you're incredible too. We learned that in this, and the moral of, not the moral of this, but the crux of this to me, what I learned about the Knave, is that the Knave is a leader, is the best leader right now, at this moment, that the House of the Heart children could hope for. The best leader that they could hope for. Whilst, when Linny becomes the leader of the House of the Heart, I think it's going to be another new era that is even going to be, I'm not trying to downplay the Knave, but I'm saying like, can you imagine Linny's like conviction, the beauty of Linny's morals and Linny's way of doing things? Oh my god, mixed with like the strength he's going to have as he grows. But it's also kind of sad thinking about Linny like eventually having to become that strong, right? And because you kind of want him to stay Linny forever, but I suppose that comes with time, right? Yeah, all the reveals in this were incredible. All the moment-to-moment stuff was absolutely awesome. Like the respect we have for the Knave now is off the charts. I'm so glad they weren't working with the Doctor. They made the Doctor seem even more terrifying, while also making the Knave one of the most terrifying harbingers as well. I imagine that down the line we will have another fight. I imagine down the line we probably will. But as she said, I'm going to see you as maybe something as like a companion as well. This is also just a story about like the idea of freedom, right? The idea of like making your own choices and being able to be allowed to make your own choices. And while the former House of the Heart was very like, you know, the thing that the former leader of the House of the Heart was doing was very the opposite of that, which is it's like a saw trap, right? Where it's like, I'm throwing a banana in the middle of the both of you. Whoever grabs the banana will live, right? And it's like, oh, so one of us is gonna die. Yeah, but you chose to die. And it's like, that's not what's actually happening here, right? That's not what's happening. It's like, it's almost like a forced choice in a way. While Arlecchino is doing the opposite, which is like, I'm gonna give you the, you fight me, you show me your will, and not only will you survive, you will get a new life. The freedom to choose, and that's what she wants for Freminet. And that's probably, I'm guessing 100%, that's why she gave them time. She probably respected the absolute heck out of Freminet for making those choices. Respected the heck out of Freminet for doing that. And as you would, I saw it was so amazing what they were doing. And then Linny and Lynette as well working together because they protected their family. And even towards the end, they protected their family too. They did that through the whole story. They protected their family. Such an amazing quest. I love this. I love the battles. I love the music was incredible. Seeing this beautiful story, this sad story, this overwhelming story. And now we have to deal with the Crimson Moon now as well, and the idea of this plan that the Fatui is for sure planning, that the Knave doesn't directly agree with, but has been dragged into it as well. If there's anything I forgot, as always, I'll come back and talk about it as well, guys. I think this is such a beautiful, beautiful story quest. But for now, I want to say thank you so much to Never Gonna Pay the Baby Gangsters here on Patreon for always being so supportive of me. That being Ty402, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Ewald, Radish, Anusta, look at our boy, Malcolm Kunde, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, Assassin, Alpaca Juice, Eopsy, Xander Whatever, and True Peanut Butter. And guys, let's do the thing. We haven't done the thing with this boy ever, I don't think. Honestly, I'll actually do. That was awesome. Well done. And I'll see you all so soon. Bah. Bah. I'll see. This is a perfect design. I'll see you guys very soon. Overwhelming stuff.